Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, hi. Oh, hey.
Um, hello. Welcome to the Grey Wind Inn. My name is Adam, and I am the Dungeon Master or GM for Take Initiative, a new fully streamed D&D campaign featuring some wonderful players and me. This campaign will be based in 5e and feature an original world and cast of characters. For those of you who are numbers crunchers, put down the pencil and paper. This is not like one of those games. This is not, big calculation. I'm not going to be doing crazy rules. I'll be making some calls at the time. And while I appreciate everyone's excitement about the rules, just know that I'm perfectly capable of just running the ship. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're here to have fun. You're here to enjoy this. So I have about 5 years of experience as a GM and player, but our cast features a wide array of experience levels and will be occasionally explaining a rule or two to benefit the viewers and everyone in the party. So grab a drink, find yourself a comfortable armchair or throne, and listen to the tale of the second spring of Somnus. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is really exciting. This has been going. We've been trying to get this. Thank you so much for the follow, MDSW9. I will not be saying too many thanks for follows midstream, just to keep the flow going. Thank you so much for the follow, C Scrag. I would love to hear just a really quick, just what everyone's excited about, just so before we get started, because we can talk about stuff after the game ends and see where we are.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to start. I'm excited because this is my first time. I'm so nervous.
Very cool.
I'm really excited. I want to slay some things and have fun and drink a lot of mead. And I have my equivalent here. LaCroix.
That's
cherry thing?
Is it? It's a pineapple strawberry.
First Roll20. Roll20 allows us to, so Etherad, the Roll20 thing, it helps us do music and it helps us show the screen. So it is quite literally the only way we can make this work right now. So I was hesitant on it first because I was like, I don't really know the app. I'm not really used to it. But it really did save me a lot of headaches. So I'm going to be using it. And I don't really, I'm really excited to get you drunk, Waz. I've had players get really drunk in games before, in character, and it's always a silly time.
I'm prepared with whiskey when I end up going to the bar. That'll be good.
I just want to role play. I like role playing. It's so stupid and fun. I just want to see what other people's characters are, and have my character with them, just stuff like that.
Okay, switch to Fantasy Grounds. Nice. It's a subscription-based thing, but I think anyway. Ox, what are you looking forward to?
I'm Ox.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to role playing and seeing where this story goes.
Cool.
Somnus.
It's the place.
What?
Yeah,
it's a place.
Oh, now I know.
I can't hear anything. There's too many voices.
Yeah, and Alex.
Hi, that's me.
That is you.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited for everything. I haven't really played a ton. I've DM'd a couple games and played for very short periods of time, but I've been obsessively into the game and the culture of the game for a while. So it's kind of exciting to do something with other people. That's gonna be fun.
Nice.
I'll do my best. I can't wait to do silly voices.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, I'm not doing any of those. You guys are gonna hear.
I will be doing a lot of voices.
You will.
Yeah, I try to encourage voices if we can, but there's no pressure. I just wanted to take a brief aside to say thank you so much to everyone who helped make the materials for this game. I did a lot of stuff on my own, but the logo was with help of one of my roommates, Angel, who is a brilliant game programmer. And then a lot of our music, not all of it, but some of our music, including the campaign intro, the intro you just heard, and our battle theme is made by one of my composer friends, Chris Saunders, who will be doing intermittent songs throughout the campaign's history. For the next month, he's in London, so we wish him all the best while he's away and unable to compose. He's literally upset. He was pulled away from his keyboard to get on a plane before he could render out some more tracks that he had in store, but we're totally fine with what he got so far. The rest is going to be provided by Kevin McLeod, and we will have some concept art that's being provided by the internet, because why not? I will try to link or mention them as I can to make sure that people are getting credit where credit is due. So yeah, Voice or riot?
They want me to do voices. My chat is so nice to me. They like
Just do-
torturing me.
Just
They
do
just
like
came
a
in-
deep voice.
They just came in here to bully you. Just immediately. Just immediate bullying. We're up to 20 viewers. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get started.
Deep breaths, everybody.
Is the video working for all of you on the
Yeah.
light stream? Because you're all frozen for me.
Ooh,
Oh,
It's fine for me.
Yeah.
it's working on my end.
You could try lowering your settings. If that's a thing. Maybe not.
How would I
I'm not sure that is a
stream
thing.
output? Maybe
you
Not
look and
streaming.
Maybe
sound
not.
fine if that's
I
any
don't know.
consolation.
it was working so well when we tested it out. I don't know what's going on. My computer's like freaking out.
As long as you can hear us, I
It's
guess.
weird. I can kind of hear everyone. It's
Okay.
a little
Can you hear
choppy.
Oh,
People, you're a little choppy now. You just froze on my end.
Uh-oh.
Am I?
No, you're fine
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
You're fine. Now. You froze for like a hot second, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
okay.
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 I'm having a little trouble with the music. That's weird. This campaign theme is having issues. Right.
Oh, fingers. What's up?
No.
Damn fingers.
But we will get moving along. All right. So today is the 5th day of Isor, second month in the world calendar, often known as the arrival of spring. With it comes warmth and the bright light of Sol shining over the land of Soros. Shops are beginning to close for the day, and the town seems to be in good spirits. Whatever this is, this budding town full of opportunity seems drawn to it. Falknor is a town just beginning to blossom. Taverns have been here for years, but offering ale and warm bed to many a weary traveler. But only the past few months have seen such a rapid development. Due to the rising demand for a distinctly coastal type of wheat, the local economy is beginning to blossom. As you all arrive in Falknor, you notice that the town is still being built, but the festival is well underway. The beginnings of a real town wall are starting to form, shops are beginning to really open up, schools are beginning to be built, and real residences are starting to prop up around the city, keeping sections of the nearby forest at bay, and keeping the streets, now lit by magic lanterns provided by the capital, safe at night. This town, due to its humble size, otherwise lacks any sort of town guard, as a city this close to the capital, even a new one, wouldn't be under siege by anything like bandits. It is a rather quaint place to stay, and apparently the place of new adventures. The four of you are unacquainted for the most part, but all of you come to the town of Falknor for one reason or another, only to find that something that has the town abuzz. In the town square appears to be a grand display, one that beckons all the townsfolk to it. Players, what do you do? There is a tavern that is still open. Some shops are closed. There is a sort of town center that is available to explore, but for the most part, you kind of have free reign on that.
Are we all together right now, or
Currently, you have not even met.
okay, making sure.
So this, you should be able to see this. This is the outside area of
You
the
said-
town.
you said there's a thing in the middle of the town that's drawing everybody.
Yes.
I want
Is
to go
it-
look at
is-
what's.
is
I think you have to switch the scene in Roll20 at the top, Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not seeing
It'll
it.
share.
Which
It'll
one?
share my screen version. I realized what I did wrong. We're just gonna keep this for now. It was fine before, and I was just being an idiot. Yeah.
Okay. Should I-
None of us took a negative to Constitution. But yeah. So this is the town of Falkner. It's a big old place.
Cool.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go. I want to go see the platform. It looks like there's a bucket.
Fox says your camera's inactive. That's weird. Standing on the center stage, dressed in a well-kept looking gray uniform, appears to be a man setting up for what appears to be like a large talk. They seem to be flying the flag of ISO, which is the kingdom that you guys are residing in currently. It appears to have a few items like strewn about, just some like decorative items, things to show off what's going on. Some reading material about the capital and the Magic Academy. You see a pair of guards just standing there, kind of like looking around. One of them, who's out in the field right now? Who's out in this area, by the way?
Oh, I am.
I'm probably meandering around town. I'm assuming like if I've just arrived, I'm probably just trying to get a lay of the land, see what's
Okay.
around. So middle is probably a good place to start.
Right.
Nick, could you describe your character to us to see what do we see?
Sure. So my character's name is Eckert, and he's super tall. He's about 6'8", so he stands out in any crowd that he's in. He's wearing full chainmail. I would have a drawing available if my tablet didn't fail. But so I'm Eckert, wearing full chainmail. You can't see any part of my skin. I have all my my face is all covered, and I'm wearing dingy old soldier armor, and I have a big old
Above
rusty
the chainmail, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And a big old rusty great sword strapped to my back.
Okay.
Rusty.
Yes, very rusty.
Okay,
That's
cool.
poison damage.
Big giant walking antique.
One of the guy setting up kind of like is like shuffling around. He's like, "That's some interesting armor you've got there." He just points to you and he's like, "Where did you get that, sir? Is your family from a military background?"
Well, it's a family heirloom, and I wear it in memory of my family.
Well, Sominus thanks you for your service, and may the light blend over your day. May the light stream over your day. I'm trying to figure out the words here.
Yeah, sure. I salute in response.
Yeah. He very much seems to appreciate that, and he's going to be kind of like glancing over you occasionally, and like he'll point you out to the other guards and be like, look at that armor. Like he's kind of like, he seems to be a little bit of a fan of the uniform you're wearing.
That makes me very nervous. I don't like standing out too much in a crowd, despite the fact that that's like I don't like being the guy that stands out constantly, despite the fact that I usually am.
Okay.
Eckert. So I want to ask the guard, what's happening? What are you setting up for? What's happening?
Oh, we're just the guard or the guy that was talking to you earlier.
Wait, who was excited to see me?
The man in the gray uniform. It looks like kind of like a military uniform, kind of like sleek and thin, mostly cloth based. Doesn't seem to be a lot of like metal bits to it, except for like small little badges and things like that, adornments, maybe one pauldron on the left shoulder. He doesn't seem to have like a lot of like, he doesn't seem ready for combat.
Okay.
He said, and he's just like, oh, well, we're setting up for the sort of announcement talking about the Royal Magic Academy. You should come. It's in a couple of minutes. It'll just be, talking about what you can expect if you join us. And you look like a substantial Somnite. You should consider joining the academy. Do you have any magical skill of your own?
Maybe. I'll consider it. What Okay. Yeah, I'll stick around and watch your presentation.
If I'm close enough to hear this, that would have immediately piqued my interest. I would move closer to get a better listen in on what this guy's talking about.
Alex, can you describe your character, by the way? Can you tell us more about what your character looks like?
So, she is a red dark elf with somewhat muted red skin and a very similar toned red hair pulled back between her two horns that go straight back on her head and kind of curl back towards the end, and it's cut short right around her chin. She's a little over 6 feet tall. The horns add about like an inch or inch and a half of extra height. Dressed in a pretty normal black overcoat, fairly slender build. Just sort of meandering in the crowd, taking a good look around at what's going on, trying to get a lay of the land, and I'll kind of scoot in a little closer towards this center platform when I catch wind of the Royal Academy announcement or whatnot.
As you kind of like lean in closer, you see one of the guards who's wearing what appears to be sort of a helmet and a uniform. I can describe it further detail if you're interested. He kind of shuffles. He's a little bit shorter than you, but he's standing on the platform. He kind of shuffles and he kind of like he inches himself closer to you. He seems a little curious, and he kind of goes, "Excuse me, I've never seen a red Rothan before. Is that common?"
It's not that I'm aware of. It is not common. No.
Oh, I see. Are, so you are a Rothan then?
Yes, that is correct.
Huh.
It's a pleasure
Alex,
to make your acquaintance.
Rothan are a species of blue-skinned horned people that come from the area of Serenus.
Okay.
You are traditionally known as a dark elf. Just to make that clear, so I just want to let you know if you're telling the truth there. He's like, "Oh, that cool. Yeah, I've never seen a Rothan before. My name is Drummer, and he kind of holds a gloved hand out to you. He's wearing a metal helmet that covers the eyes and the sides of his head. He has a pair of matching silver pauldrons and a yellow cloak that covers his right arm more than his left.
Okay. I'll reach out to shake his hand. My name is Mudri. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Mundri, very cool. Are you interested in maybe joining the Royal Academy? We could probably use some more Rothans in our ranks.
As a matter of fact, yes, that is why I've traveled all of this way to come to the Royal Academy in the first place.
Oh, cool. Well, when the talk ends, just like come over and we can like set you up. It'll be awesome. I'm sure. I gotta go like stand over there. It's like kind of a serious thing. But nice meeting you. And he kind of like shuffles off. As he shuffles up, can you make a investigation check for me?
Investigation check.
First roll.
Oh, exciting.
18 plus
18.
investigation plus 3, 21.
Okay, so as you look at him, you kind of see that his armor seems to be shuffling in odd ways. It doesn't look necessarily made for him. Like it doesn't look like it's made for his stature. Like he seems comfortable in it, but it looks almost like, a child wearing his father's clothing, or something like that. Not to that extremity, but to some degree.
Okay. We noted.
Ox, Jordan, what are you guys up to at the moment?
Yeah.
So I think we're just kind of walking around.
Yeah. So we should totally I totally noticed. Sorry, Waz, what's your character's name?
Eckert.
Eckert. Okay. How about Eckert stands out? Oh, hey, it'd be really funny if I stood next to that guy because I'm really tiny and he's really tall.
Are you sure you want to go over by him?
Yeah.
We don't know him very well. I don't know about
He
this.
does look really scary.
Yeah. Maybe you should
Okay.
stay with me.
Okay.
I'm just watching the proceedings happening, not even noticing your tiny little form.
So I guess I don't walk over there, but does it look like something's about to happen on that platform?
Maybe we can test and just kind of take a look.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like you still have a few minutes to kind of explore the area, see what's going on, maybe visit the tavern or see all the shops and the carnival sort of games that are set up around. It seems that it's a little. What's that?
Let's get a good spot. Oh, one pretty close.
Jordan, can you describe your character, by the way? Can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing?
So he's a super old kobold who's all white, like his skin and his hair and his eyes. And
Okay.
he's
Old
in
with
chainmail.
age?
Yeah, he's old with age.
No, I meant his hair. Is it old with white with age?
I guess. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
He's in chainmail, and he's got a whip. So yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm a half elf, and I have light brown hair, and I'm about 5'8", I think. 5'8", and I'm just wearing kind of a simple pale beige dress with shiny thread.
Shiny thread.
Yeah, I'm super pale complexion.
Very nice.
Cool.
This get together.
No, this is nothing.
Okay. I guess you wear that every day.
You're kind of looking around for a place to sit, you see a young humanoid kind of come up, and he'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! What's a kobold? Is that a kobold?
Oh, you got it. Yeah, that's me.
Wait, he can talk? Kobolds can talk? I've never
Yeah,
seen
he's
kobold.
very intelligent.
Yeah.
Huh?
Be flexing. Yep.
Is that magic? Is it because of magic? Did he learn how to talk because of magic? Oh, I love
No.
magic.
No, not at all.
I hope that.
He's
Oh, sorry. My name is sorry. A lot of soot. We've been building all morning. It's just God, it doesn't come out. My name is Gavin Stormbrook. I am a shop owner here in Falknor, and I would love for you to be some of my first customers, if you're interested.
what do you sell in your shop?
Oh, all sorts of things. We sell weapons, we sell camping supplies, and we sell some mundane items. I'm kind of just starting to build an inventory. This is kind of okay. Well, I can't use magic myself, but I found some cool stuff that I'm pretty proud of, and I would love for you guys to kind of like browse my wares and see if there's anything you like.
Yeah, show it to us.
Let's check it out.
Cool. So he kind of like leads you back over to the hut over kind of in this quadrant over here. So he's leading you over there. Let's go back to Nick and Alex. Are you guys doing anything? What are you guys up to at the moment?
Well, I noticed the very tall red lady and probably walked up and she was also talking to the person I was talking to, and he just walked off in the middle of his conversation because he forgot about me after meeting a very tall drow. And I guess I would introduce myself. Hi, I'm Eckert. Oh no, his audio you're still muted.
Yeah.
My bad. My name is Mudri. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure. We'll shake hands.
Okay. As two hands join together, you just hear this heavy clunk of metal as Eckert's hand just like shakes the slightly smaller drow woman's.
Yeah, I'm pretty slender.
Yeah, it's not every day I find someone almost as tall as I am.
You still have a good couple of inches on me, but
only 8.
Yeah. So, you're here for the Magic Academy?
Yes, that is why I have traveled quite a long ways actually to hopefully become a part of it and expand my knowledge of the arcane. It's been a goal of mine for quite some time.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Nick, I need you to roll a history check for me.
Oh my god. I don't know. I'm rolling. What do I roll?
You roll a d20, and then you add your history skill modifier. So whatever your history skill, the number next to it is, if it's a plus or minus, you add that to the roll.
My history is a -1.
Okay, so roll with a -1.
I rolled a 20.
You rolled a nat 20?
Whoa!
First nat 20, crits in chat.
Oh my god.
I gotta do this. I gotta do a crit in chat. I gotta do it. There we go. I did it. Very excited. Well, as soon as he says Magic Academy, you remember things specifically from you were traveling towards Falconer. You remember, you heard this whispering of a Magic Academy. You heard about Magic Academies in different places, but for some reason, the Royal Magic Academy kept coming up. People talking about it. Some kids saying that he wanted to go to it when he was older. That sort of thing. It was like this big sort of thing. So you don't necessarily remember it from your past, but you do remember hearing about it during your trip.
Okay, yeah. I met a lot of people along my way, and they all were talking about the Magic Academy. I think it's the part of the reason why I'm here. I'm not really sure.
You're not really sure why you are here?
Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of drawn. I don't know. I was heading. I'm trying to make my way back to Somnus, which is in the northeast, but I've kind of found myself here. But all I've been hearing about is this Magic Academy.
Yes, it is.
Alex, you know that the Magic Academy is in Somnus.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a very common dream. I've heard many travelers along the way I've met who aspire to go there. It unfortunately does not seem to be a thing that many people follow up on. Seems the track is too great, at least for many people from where I am from. But
yep. Well, any good any good thing is probably takes a difficult journey to make, right?
That is all too true, my friend.
Okay. I'm gonna switch back over to the other half of the group. Jordan Ox, you guys are taking over to Gavin's shop, and he seems excited, ecstatic to have customers. He's almost like at a buzz just to like get things set up. And he's like, oh, let me move this a little bit to this side, and let me adjust this, and let me shift this. And he's like, oh, it's actually a pretty modest stand. It's not necessarily at full shop yet. You can see that he's kind of just building up his supply. He's got some cool stuff. He's got basic things like swords, bucklers, arrows. He's got some spell components if you need those sort of things, and he does seem to have some basic supplies like rope. But he also seems to have a small collection, a very modest selection of magical items.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
do you have any magical whips?
magical whips. Hold on, and he starts he lifts open a heavy trunk. And he just starts digging through it. And he's like, you see his back just like turned to you. And he's like scouring. He's like, no, fork. And he's just like, no. And he's like, he gets up, he turns around. And he's like, I am so sorry. I don't have any quite yet, but maybe in a couple of weeks I could find something. I don't entirely know. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm literally just starting. So, but
maybe you have something that would help with healing magic?
I don't have any healing and magic items. You look like someone who likes the woods, like the forests and nature and things.
I grew up in the woods.
Oh, awesome! I have something for you. And he kind of runs back into his one of the little curtains that he has set up to hide some of his wares. And he runs back out, and he's holding what appears to be this ornate oak staff. It's not beautiful. It's not been carved really well, but it seems to be kind of brambled and natural in its shape. And at the end of it seems to be this sort of bulb that looks almost like a metal flower, with brushed pink.
Oh, that's so pretty.
He's
look like it's used for war.
No, this is the staff of flowers. The way it works is if you point at the ground, and he kind of just uses it really quick. As he points at the ground, you see a little bit of the ground, the little grass, sort of tussles in place, and just the smallest sprouting of a flower comes out.
That's
and just
so
blossoms.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't do that much, but it does make flowers, and it works about 10 times a day. I've heard that these sort of things, if you use them all the way to their limit, they can break though. So I would give it some time to rest. Don't abuse it. It's only 30 gold, which is pretty reasonable. If that's something you guys are interested in.
30 gold.
That's a little pricey.
How much gold do we have?
You have 5.
That's too much.
Oh, well, I know that some of the games around here are offering prize money, so maybe if you won something you could do. I know that there was also maybe a signing bonus for the joining the academy, so maybe just come back and see me afterwards, and maybe we can strike a bargain or something. Oh, I do have something that's a little bit cheaper, if you give me a second. And he kind of runs away before he even asks if you're interested or how much money you do have. As he kind of goes to the back, and he pulls out what appears to be just a small wooden box. It's got a top latch, and it's closed, and bottom, very small sort of container. He opens it up, and inside just appears to be a very modest silver key. Not anything fantastical or anything, but it just appears to be a silver key with the number 3 on it. What? And he's like, this is the mystery key. I wish I could tell you what that means. I have worked with a magical auteur to get this sorted out to make sure it's legitimate. Basically, it has a small chance to unlock any lock. But
have you tried this yourself?
If I did, it would break.
Oh.
It has a one-time use when it works. Ooh. So if it breaks, that means it worked. But if it doesn't work, it won't ever work on that door. But it works sometimes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 13 plus. Yeah, 15.
erratic, ecstatic, and a little bit pragmatic, but definitely not lying to you.
Nice. I think he's not lying.
Hey, Jordan, give yourself inspiration for that.
Yeah. Sweet. That's pretty cool. I mean,
It's pretty amazing.
what's cool is what's the price?
Yeah, let's figure out the price.
Yeah.
You can have this amazing item for the low price of 20 gold coins.
Oh man,
Ugh.
we don't have that kind of money.
And
Oh.
I really like that staff.
Yeah, actually, I like that more too.
Well, if you come across any more money or you have any of the other items in the shop that are of interest to you, let me know and maybe we could sort out a better price.
Oh yeah.
He seems a little disheartened, but he understands that not everyone has the cash to just throw around.
I mean, I'll give you 10 gold for the flower staff. That's the best I can do. I know that's low. Do you sell flowers? You could start your own flower business with that staff. I'm talking to you, Emma. Sorry.
Oh, I could. We could sell the flowers.
Sell flowers,
Buy more staffs.
and then we could pay you back for the loan of the flower staff.
Would you be willing to do that?
Jordan, can you roll a persuasion for me?
Okay.
And Ox, can you roll help?
Damn, I got +4.
Help?
The help action.
Help action.
16.
Just roll a d20 for me, and let me know what you got. You can also roll with performance.
5. In performance.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, we gotta add your performance thing.
16 for performance.
Performance. Jordan, what
I got
did
16.
you rolled a 16?
Yeah.
Can you roll for me one more time because you have advantage?
Ooh. Ugh, 7.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and he goes, the lowest I can go for is 13, if that's okay. Would you guys think you could scrounge that together?
We can try.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 10 gold.
You've got 10?
I got 10.
I got 5.
Okay.
We can buy it.
We'll take it.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
So add
God.
add the staff of flowers to your inventory. It has 10
Ooh.
charges.
Okay. Do we have
While-
a pen here?
Yeah.
Staff of flowers. Okay.
First purchase.
And then you got a -3 gold.
Okay.
Food? Clothes? The
Flowers.
staff is pretty cool.
Can I pick that flower that he grew or whatever?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
Maybe this is stupid, but can I figure out if it's if I can eat it?
Roll nature for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this like a part of the kobold diet that I don't know about?
I got a 5. I'm just curious.
You're not totally sure. You've never seen this. It's blue. It's nice. It's blue.
Okay. Hey, Emma, do you think I could eat this flower? Or was that bad? You can probably roll nature too. If you want.
Okay, I guess I'll roll.
Yeah, you can roll nature.
So 19.
Okay, yeah. You could eat it. It doesn't really give you anything, but you can eat it.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to eat it. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if we're selling these flowers, I could have some stupid spin you could eat it too. That's
Oh,
not
okay.
good.
Yeah, you were trying to make sure it
I don't want
wasn't.
to eat it. Yeah.
You were,
I don't-
you were trying to
exactly.
make sure you weren't selling people
Eat the
poisonous
flower.
flowers.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
That
It may
was-
look stupid, but
Yeah. You're being reasonable. No, I get it. So I will explain
So
the mechanics
cool.
of it really quick, and then we'll swap back over to Nick and Alex, so you guys can tell me what you guys are up to. If you're together still, or you're separated and stuff. This staff has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from the staff and cause a flower to sprout from a patch of earth or soil within 5 feet of you, or from the staff itself. Unless you choose a specific kind of flower, the staff creates a mild scented daisy. The flower is harmless and non-magical and grows or withers as a normal flower would. It regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20.
Is it called Staff of Flowers?
It is called the Staff of Flowers.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
You can use it as a normal wooden staff for combat if you would
Hmm.
like to use that for combat purposes or for spellcasting purposes.
Hmm.
Um,
Cool.
just to let you know that.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Nick, Alex, what are Eckert and Mudry up to? Mudry.
Well, you said you were going back to Sumnus. Is that where you are originally from?
No. I'm not from Somnus. I'm heading there. It's part of my. I feel like I need to go there. So, yeah, I'm heading to Somnus. This Magic Academy that seems to be there seems to be promising. I'm looking for hopefully some answers, and um, yeah. So maybe I'll visit this Magic Academy.
Yes. Well, if we're headed to the same place, perhaps if we find the opportunity, we could get on a boat to go together.
Oh, maybe share the cost of the ferry.
I would not mind it. Certainly, would
Yeah,
be a
definitely.
help.
Definitely,
It's always a little comforting to have a travel partner.
absolutely.
Nick, a woman in what appears to be just commoner's clothing comes up to you and says, "Oh, thank you again for your help getting us to Faulkner. By the way, we really appreciate it. It's it's a bit of a long journey all the way from where we came. So, thank you again."
Yeah, absolutely. It was my pleasure to help out and offer my protection. To be all honest, to be perfectly honest, I don't know really where I would have done without you guys. So I appreciate
Well, I'm glad that we made a friend along the road.
it. Absolutely.
May your days be long. Would 5 gold as payment be acceptable?
5 gold. No, that's I relied on you guys just as much as you guys relied on me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally fine.
You're
You
too
don't
kind.
want Sorry.
And she kind of just like ducks over and thanks you, and goes to. She sees one of her children just running around. She just kind of goes to follow them. Yeah,
Nice,
Alex, is Mudry up to
I'm
anything?
just kind of staying back, just listening in, kind of watching this happen. No,
Sure,
no
sure.
judgments, just curiosity, but silent curiosity.
Yeah. You see someone calling from the tavern saying like ale for sale, porters, stouts, what have you, and you see some carnival barkers going like, come try your luck, come play a game or two, and like it seems that people are starting to gather towards the center. So it seems that things are about to start wrapping up, but you still have a little bit of time if you want to do any last thing.
What are the other booths around me? Can I see those? There's the 3 stands.
So one of them was Gavin's stand in the middle there.
Mhm.
This one.
Yeah.
And then this one appears to be a little hut with darts, and this one appears to have a long, tall game with a mallet next to it.
Oh, I definitely want to go over to the mallet one. Maybe I'll bring Mudge. You care to wager on the feat of strength?
As long as I'm not the one participating, I suppose it could be entertaining. I will tag along.
You see what appears to be a dwarf standing by the booth, just kind of going, test your luck, test your luck. Come on, travelers, have a little fun. It's the beginning of spring. We open up those muscles and embrace the new day.
I'm game. So what luck is there to be had here?
Simple enough. You grab the mallet and you smash away.
How is that luck? Is there something I don't know?
Can I take a little peek quietly around this booth and see if there's any funny business going on?
Roll investigation for me.
Sure. Well, that one's a 2. That one's not as
Roll a
good.
2. It appears to just be a normal carnival game booth to you. It just looks like you hit the thing with the mallet and the little bell goes up, and if it hits the bell, it hits the bell. There's a
I'm not
little
looking
tally
that
marks.
closely, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little tally marks to show how high you got. It seems to have little like fun names next to everything. Doesn't seem very important. And it appears that there is a prize available if you do win.
What's the prize?
The mystery bag.
So is there a bell above this like thing that they're gonna hit?
Yeah, if it hits the
Yeah.
top, it hits the bell.
Okay.
It seems to be like a simple carnival strongman game that you
Yeah.
guys would be familiar with. Nick has turned invisible.
Can I talk to Ama for a second, or while we wait for him?
Yeah.
We should sell flowers at this carnival. Let's make some.
It's a great idea.
sell 'em, Yeah.
Do you think they're pretty enough to sell?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never done anything like this before.
Okay.
We can try it. We
Sure.
should probably try and make that money back.
Like 5 of them, sure, Mike? What do you want? Because once it gets to the 1, right, it's like,
How many does it have?
it's got 10 charges.
10.
Yeah, we could do like 5. I got one right here, too.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
You have the stuff.
Okay, so
I think you can choose what flower it is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose what flower it is.
Okay, so I'll do a couple different ones. So I'll do I put the staff down and I make 3 zinnias. Do 3
Zinnias?
times. Yeah, zinnias.
Can you describe them for me?
Yeah, they have a bunch of different petals and they look kind of like a dome of small compact petals. And
Okay.
they're all sorts of colors. And so we do 3 zinnias and 2 lilies.
Okay, you've used 5 charges. Just make sure you keep track of that.
Okay. Did you
Uh,
do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, because you have the notes for it.
Seeing magic doesn't seem to be super common here. So as soon as you start like sprouting up flowers,
Anyway, where were we?
we were.
Charmander.
Hey, you were gonna play the game with the mallet.
Oh, the mystery
the
bag.
dwarf.
Yeah.
So, so good dwarf. Any hints as to what's in this mystery bag? Or do I have to just play it and find out?
You just have to play it and find out. It seems to be like a sort of like a tempting prize. It's supposed to kind of tempt people to play the game.
All right. Well, I guess I'll pick up the mallet and weigh it in my hands. Can I check
Okay.
to see? Can I like heft it and see if it's like?
Roll
Yeah, sure.
investigation for me. Yeah, just roll investigation for me.
Okay. 13, I think -1. Oh, not that.
Whoa.
I want to show that. Yeah. So 12.
It feels rather comfortable to you. You're pretty used to dealing with, surprisingly, with dealing with hammers, as you kind of are finding out as you hold this. And you kind of feel like this would be something very easy for you to do. This would feel like almost natural. It'd be as easy as swinging your sword or any other item that you've dealt with in the past.
All right. I'm gonna swing it then. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait. What's the cost of this game?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Swing the sword or the hammer.
Yeah, it seems that all the games here are sponsored by the Capitol. So it seems that everything here is just kind of for the entertainment of the common folk, which is super nice.
Great.
Can you roll a athletics check for me with advantage?
That's a d20.
Mhm.
Okay. Roll a 14, and I have athletics +5.
So you roll a 19.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
As you kind of lift the hammer up, the creak of your armor draws some attention, and as you bring it back down, the thunderous rush of wind starts to just slam it into the earth, and it looks like the platform itself kind of like dents into the ground just tight slightly, as the little notch that is supposed to like slide up and down just skyrockets up into the bell, almost knocking it out of its socket, and just dinging in the loudest, sharpest, tinniest noise. As the dwarf goes, "Oh, awesome!" And it seems that some people are sort of like clapping a little bit and like surprisingly, didn't think the game would be beat that quickly. Here you go, men. Hold on 1 second. He just goes and reaches back in his pocket and he holds out a small bag and hands it out to you.
Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. I'm a little embarrassed. Yeah,
Some kids like run over and they seem to want to be lifted up. Like they're curious by the large, strong man.
We gotta shoot them away a little bit, just gently, like, oh no, you stung too, kid. Drink your goat milk.
Two
Alex, I can't hear you, Alex. Are you muted?
That's not good. Am I?
No.
No, you're. We
I
can
can
hear you.
hear you. Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear Alex at all.
Did you hear that big crash?
Oh, it was really loud.
Did that come from that guy over there?
Yeah,
The
that
one you were
weird-
talking about?
Yeah, the guy was really tall and weird looking. With the rusty sword. He kind of looks evil,
I think he won that game.
doesn't he?
There's a bunch of kids over there.
Yeah, maybe we could We could do it too. Yeah. Let's go over there.
Yeah, we're gonna go over there.
Okay. So as you're kind of collecting your prize and ready to see what you won, it looks like two other travelers sort of approach where you're standing, and just kind of join you in the game.
Sure. So hi. What? Oh, I didn't see you down there.
Oh, hey, I can see you up there in the sky. Don't step on me.
Oh. Fix it.
What's your name, big boy?
I'm sorry. I don't talk to many kobolds. Is this how you?
Actually, this is the first time you've seen a sentient kobold in your life.
Oh,
yes.
so I'm
He's
like
also holding flowers.
on edge. Hi.
Don't be scared.
Alex, you're standing next to him, correct?
I'm a
Yeah, I
little
kind of
bit
took a
scared.
couple steps back while he was playing the game, so I'm just kind of quietly observing. But I am pretty close, yes.
You kind of, Alex, can you roll a perception for me?
Hell yeah. All right. 17 plus 1, 18.
18. You notice that there's kind of some rustling going on from the forest behind one of the tents, specifically this one. As you kind of have a moment to like kind of see what that's about if you'd like. Unfortunately, not in anyone else.
I will stand my ground, but kind of just keep an eye on it. You know,
Okay.
see if it moves at all at any point. Probably just an animal, but
Yeah.
you know.
Let me give you guys little tokens, by the way.
I'm a little I am
I hear
generally
that.
afraid of most things because I am frail, but there are several people around, so I'm not super worried, but I will keep an eye on it.
So I'm I'd probably address the lady first and say, "Hi, is this your pet?"
How do you know I'm not a lady?
Oh.
I'm 60.
Roll perception, Nick.
I 20.
You know that this is not a female presenting character. And that is where we're going to leave that conversation because I don't want to get banned.
Greetings, fair elf. What a.
Okay,
Have I seen an elf before?
pick a color. By the way, really quick, just pick a
Oh.
color.
Red seems fitting.
Blue.
Red, blue for Nick,
Yellow.
yellow for Ox, and then purple for Jordan.
Yep.
Small boy. Okay. Red, so you're going to be kind of over here. You guys are going to be over here. Does that seem good to you guys?
Sure, yeah. So,
Cool.
Lady Elf, is this your pet companion? I've never heard a kobold speak before.
I'm lost for words and I can't respond.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking. I don't think pets can talk.
I'm terrified looking up at him.
Suddenly, things seem to grow a little quiet as Alex, you kind of like watch something shake in front of you and sort of the small glimmer of eyes.
I'm backing up.
And it appears that you're in combat. Everybody roll initiative.
I don't want to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Oh, cool.
There we go.
Already?
Yep. And it appears that a group of wolves kind of just emerge
Fuck.
from the wilderness.
Fuck.
Oh no. Okay.
Do you want to just stay initiative when we roll it, or
Yes, just tell me your initiatives.
Everybody?
Dimitri rolled a 5.
Dex mod.
Uh-oh. Roll a 4.
So you had your Dex mod plus 1. 1d20 plus 1.
Okay.
There's so many wolves. I'm so afraid.
Okay. That's an. Okay, I rolled 10.
Oh,
19.
no.
I rolled, yeah, you hear my 4?
Yeah, I heard your fourth.
Okay.
Man.
You rolled a 4 with your initiative score, by the way.
Your initiative score.
Yeah. So your
Your
initiative
dex modifier.
Yes.
Dex modifier is 0. So yes.
Yep. Flat.
Okay.
So intense with music.
Yeah.
I can't hear the music.
What's up?
Jordan, what did you roll?
19.
19. Oh, nice. And Ox, what did you roll?
10.
Ox rolled a 10. And then
Throw flowers.
I should throw them in the air and be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Cool.
the wolves rolled pretty well.
Oh, stream can't hear music.
They can't hear music at all.
Yeah, that's what Matt said.
I think it's because this isn't open on this computer.
Should be. I can hear it real quiet. I will raise the volume of it.
It's intense.
I can hear it. It's real quiet. Yeah, they just say it's low. It's there. It's low.
There you go.
Okay. I'll turn it down on my end.
Sorry about that, guys. I'll let it be loud for me. That way people can hear it. So as you kind of are starting to get into this sort of combat, you guys will notice that one of the walls kind of snarls and starts looking at Alex and Mudre. But Mudre, you do have the option of not surprise round, but you do have a sort of first attack that I'm going to give you because you did roll well on that initiative, so you did see them coming. What are you going to do? Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay.
You are a wizard, and you are kind of close to combat range.
Yeah,
you are not
I'm
enough
gonna-
to.
I'm gonna back
I'll-
up for sure.
Okay, which direction would you like to back up? I don't think you can move these shapes. Can you?
I might be able to, but I haven't. Let's see, select.
Track me?
Don't think so.
Okay,
Might be-
we'll figure out
might be
getting.
good. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. But either way, move me down left is past them, preferably if I can.
About here.
Yeah, perfect. And I'm going take one more step to the left if I have the movement.
This way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a movement of 25 feet at least?
At least 30, I believe.
Okay, then you're fine. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
So I'm going to cast False Life. I'm gonna I'm gonna reach into my coat and pull out my spell book, and I'm going to flip to a page that I've had bookmarked because I prepared it this morning. I'm going to take out a small amount of alcohol and from my component pouch, and I'm going to cast False Life on myself, giving me 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points. That's 3
Cool.
plus 4, 7
How long-
temporary hit points for
How long does that last?
an hour.
Woo!
Cool, that's great. And is that it for your turn?
Probably. I don't think I can bonus action anything.
Yeah, if you have a cantrip that is a bonus action, you can do that at the same time.
I think
that-
they're all actions, so I think I'm good.
okay.
They are.
Next in the turn order, or starting the actual turn order, is going to be Jordan. Jordan, you rolled extremely well. What are you doing? It seems that the animals are next up to attack, and then after that is going to be Ox, and then Alex, and then Nick.
Yeah. Are they like looking at Alex's character?
They have kind of shifted their focus to the two that are in the front, who appear to be, I think, who is the orange again?
That's Ox.
Okay, Ox, they're looking at you,
Yeah.
and they're looking at your small companion, who looks like a particularly good snack right now.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
Can I call out?
I don't taste good. Okay, I'm gonna pocket those flowers. If that's a free action, or else I
I'll-
just drop them.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it as free action, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I want to like ready in action if but stand in front of aim.
So you're
By
gonna ready
moving
in
my
front of.
whip.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you readying specifically? You're readying your whip to do what exactly?
Just anyone who gets. Okay, can I say this? I don't know if I can say this. Anyone who's going to attack me or Aima, I would.
You have
attack
to be
them.
specific about the actual target of your readied action.
Okay, so. Does anyone have to like say which wolf?
I'll let you know that they will attack based on proximity, most likely. So that is not a bad bet to make.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. I think I naturally would just do the closest one.
Yeah. So
Anyways, so
this,
yeah.
this one on the left over here.
And so to take out my whip and shield, what does that cost?
It's a free action as well. I'll let you do that for free.
Okay, yeah, I'll just ready it against that close wolf, and I'm done.
Okay, cool. So you're readying your action. So as you kind of see these wolves come out, you just see this kobold just dash in front of his friend and pull out a whip and just kind of ready behind his back, just ready to strike the first thing that comes into contact with him as an ally.
Protect your neighbor.
The wolves do not seem perturbed. Ox, can you roll for me for nature really quick? As
Sure.
this first wolf is going to come in and just like snarling and try to strike at the kobold with just its fangs.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
You rolled an 11. These don't seem naturally aggressive. They seem a little different. You're not really sure what yet, but you're used to seeing wolves, and they don't seem to be behaving like they would, especially not during the day.
Okay.
So this wolf is going to strike out towards the kobold with a huge unhinged jaw as it tries to snap at you with a 10. Does it hit?
10, no.
Okay, so it just kind of clashes against your shield, just as it like tries to like bite at you and get through your armor, but it doesn't seem to understand that the metal's in the way. The second wolf is going to kind of circle around here, as it seems to kind of want to go towards the other targets in the back. This wolf is going to go up towards Alex. It is going to try to attack Mudri.
I'm fragile.
It rolls. Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Okay, a 13 hits as it kind of just swipes at you with its claws. And it's going to slash at you for 4 damage.
4 damage.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing
I
okay.
do also need you to roll for strength.
Strength.
Yep.
Check or save?
Save.
Saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16, you're fine as it tries to kind of like push you over with its claws. So it's like, but it kind of just beats against your chest and just kind of scratches your clothes. It doesn't seem to do too much damage, but it feels not very pleasant.
Oh, no.
Not having it.
The other wolf kind of seems to want to join its companion in the back here, but it doesn't get nearly close enough. And this last one is also going to go towards the kobold, also seeming pretty hungry, despite it looks not necessarily malnourished. It's going to try to strike you. Jordan, you have a attack ready. I will let you use it right now.
Cool. So the whip is finesse, so I can add the dex modifier, right?
Finesse, yeah, you can use the dex
Yeah.
modifier for
Sweet.
finesse weapons.
Oh my god, 7.
You rolled a 7 to attack.
Yep.
Unfortunately, as you crack your whip, it seems to kind of leap out of place. Its demonic sort of purplish energy in its eyes seeming to like spark as like you try to like attack it.
Damn.
But we are going to move on to the turn order. It is Ox, you're up, and Mudri, you're on deck.
Okay.
So what is Emma up to?
I want to use Produce Flame.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes, that's gonna be your spell.
So that so as you kind of cast your kind of natural magic, a small flame appears in your hand. What do you do with it?
I want to launch it at the wolf that's going after Cobort.
Left or right?
Oh God. Left.
Okay. Can you describe how Emma uses this attack?
So she lifts her hand and a fireball appears.
Okay. Yeah, no,
She
keep going.
launches it.
She's kind of.
Yeah.
So Emma just kind of
Boom.
just like naturally just flings a fireball out of her hand towards the wolf, and its fur seems to catch fire. As can you roll a attack roll for me?
Yeah.
Hit.
5.
As
No,
it seems to
no.
kind of just.
Oh wait.
Attack, not
Oh.
damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so
you
it's
said
a
D20.
D20. Okay.
Yeah. And so your spell attack modifier is wisdom. So you do proficiency plus wisdom. It's 2, 5. So 2 plus 5.
Okay, so 9.
9 to hit. It seems to kind of just duck underneath the flame as it just kind of like fizzles into the back and just like catches a bit of grass that immediately just shrivels up and wisps into nothingness, not starting a fire, thankfully. Anything else that you would like to do this turn? Is there any bonus actions you can do?
No.
Mudrai, you seem to be in a bit of a strait. What would you like to be? What would you like to do to get out of this pickle?
When do I get to move?
I think you're next.
I think you're
Lux.
last.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, she had initial.
Mudre, as you start to like contemplate what you're gonna do, you just hear the soft incantation of a spellcaster from behind you as just a small lightning bolt just like shoots out and just decimates this one wolf. It seems that the guard you were talking to earlier is holding out his hand and is just like, you guys, sorry about that. Hey, get the people to safety. And it just seems like one of the other guards
Get the people to safety.
was running around just making sure people are staying back and just being like, get back. Just to kind of give you guys space to kind of deal with the problem.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to see some of the magic within me, cast a cantrip. I'm going to cast Gust on the wind right in front of me. It needs to make a strength saving throw.
Can you describe the action to me and while I do that?
So I don't know. I concentrate and I hold out one hand with the other braced against it, and I start concentrating on the energy within me to push wind towards this wolf.
Okay.
In an effort to push it away from me.
He got an 8. Does that succeed?
8 does not succeed. It's 13.
So describe what happens to this wolf.
The wind comes rushing down my arm forward at an alarmingly fast rate and just pushes this wolf back, sliding it along the ground, claws leaving some scratch marks in the dirt, but it gets pushed 5 feet away from me. Not
5
that
feet?
far.
Okay. As he kind of just like yelps and whines naturally, just like by panicking, as like wind just seems to carry him off his feet. He's scratching towards the ground, just trying to get back to you. Is that gonna be it for your turn?
I can move still, hopefully.
Okay. Yes, you can.
I'm running. Just go to the platform, like straight to the top left of the platform. as close
double
as
check
I can get.
Distance for you. You can absolutely get up there. So we're gonna just move you over.
It's a good
And there
place
you
to go.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Alex, you are. I'm gonna say over here.
Perfect.
Next to you is the town guard.
Beautiful. That's where I want to be. That should do it
Seems-
for me.
Yeah. I think on deck is Nick. What is your character doing?
So I can do what?
You,
I can
so
attack.
on your turn, you can take a movement action.
Mhm.
You can do a regular attack or take an action, and you can do a bonus action. Those are the 3 things you can do. You can also do a free action, which includes talking or doing small activities or tasks. A round is about 6 seconds, so you're doing this in a very short span of time.
Okay. Can I just double check inside the pouch to see if there's anything useful?
It appears to be just gold.
Okay.
Yes.
So nothing. I guess I will cast a cantrip at the lower wolf.
Okay. This one.
Yeah,
This
and
one down
cast.
here?
Yep, cast
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
All right, Eldritch Blast. Can you roll an attack roll for me?
Okay.
The Warlock does the thing.
9 plus my modifier. Oh god, where is it? So yeah, 9 and 5 is 14.
Okay, that hits. Ox, can you roll Arcane for me? As you just see this like giant, as like Nick, your hands begin to swirl with this magical energy, and you just like from your just forearm, you just kind of shoot out like almost like a cannon of like eldritch energy that just kind of like crackles and travels through the air as it zaps this wolf. Roll for damage for me.
Does 10?
I rolled a 7.
You roll a 7.
Yeah.
You don't know what this is. You've never seen a spell like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, Modri, can you also roll Arcane for me?
Sure thing.
Yeah. So you can tell Ox that this is not druidic magic at all. This is like
23.
you're, okay. You are 100% sure this is not a real spell.
Whoa, what? Okay.
This is not a real spell. You have never seen purple lightning come from a person. You've never read about it. You've never heard about it. It doesn't seem familiar to you.
So we're both very confused about
You're
this
both
spell.
very confused
Okay.
for different ends. You're like, this isn't from nature, and you're like, this is from none of my books.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Sorry. What am I rolling?
How much damage did you roll for Eldritch Blast? You roll, I think, a 1d10. Let me double check that for you.
1d8.
1d10 cantrip. That's the meme, boys.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a 1d10. Yeah, force damage.
Okay.
Cantrip?
I
Yes,
did a
cantrip.
10.
You did 10?
Yeah.
So as your energy kind of surges through it, this
Oh my God.
wolf doesn't just like
Combustion.
fall. It kind of bursts into just smoke. Are you making fun of my hand movements, Jordan?
Oh no, I said you roll 20, 20, a 10, and a 4.
Oh yeah, he's
You're doing real good.
everything but initiative. He's been killing it. As this wolf kind of just like fizzles into like black smoke.
Cool.
Damn.
And then I can do a movement action after this, right?
Yes, you can move towards anything or away from anything. You can move anything within 30 feet, which is going to be about this radius.
Okay, I'm going to move up next to.
Oh, you guys can see that radius. So that's
Yeah, I see that. Yellow is the. Purple is the kobold.
Mhm.
I'm going to move up above Emma.
Okay, right here?
The lady elf, yeah.
Okay.
And then glare at the wolves with my behind my armor.
Ooh, I feel more brave.
I think we're back at the top of the order. I think it's going to be Jordan,
Nice.
then the wolves, and then Ox. You're on deck soon, so be ready. Jordan, what does Bort do?
So I'm gonna attack the one to the right of me.
Awesome. Okay, what are you going to do with it? You're just going to do a regular attack?
Excuse me, whip it.
Okay.
Wait, here we go. 17 plus.
Actually, Jordan, I do need to ask you to roll with disadvantage for me. You are in direct sunlight.
Okay. Oh yeah. Duh. Oh wait, but I'm next to an ally. Amon.
You
right?
are next to an ally. Very good. Thank you for reminding me.
Yay.
So that does cancel out, so you are fine.
Oof, 22.
22 to attack. So on that first whip, you kind of didn't know where he was, but the second one, you kind of crack him right in the face. Can you roll damage for me?
Okay. 1d4. Okay, roll one of these. Okay. Sorry, for my damage, do I add my dex to that?
You add your dex to the damage. You do not add your proficiency to the damage.
Right. Okay, 1 plus 3, 4.
4 damage?
Yeah.
So as you kind of strike it, it starts to like drag across its face. It pulls back, the sonic sort of sound, just like reaching your ears. Pleasant to hear, terrible for your foes, as just a large slash appears across its face. And instead of blood, which you're sort of like expecting to see, you just see black smoke sort of come out of its face.
Oh! Did you see that?
Um,
Amon? Black smoke?
Did.
The wolf snarls at you, almost uncanny snarl at you, almost like it's pretending to be a wolf, as it sort of like stays standing. It's going to immediately attack you back. It's just going to try to slash at you with one of its claws. Does a 12 hit?
No.
And so it swipes at you and it just kind of hits your shield again, just like, your armor really is, doing some great work here.
Black demon.
The next wolf next to you is also going to join his friend. He's going to try to attack you, and because they're so close to each other, he's actually going to get an advantage because he saw his friend sort of attack. He's kind of in a good spot. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Also hitting your shield. It seems that they can't really get through your defenses. It's a little bit too complex for them. As this wolf kind of just goes and just kind of like doesn't seem too interested in fighting the kobold that nobody didn't get to. However, this big armored gentleman does seem like a great snack, and he tries to bite at you, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to roll an 18.
Oh, he definitely hits me.
He hits you. Okay. So as he bites, and it kind of like seems to pierce into the metal of your arm, he's going to be doing just some piercing damage. That's going to be 4 damage.
Okay.
What was that sound? Someone use the chat box.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotta feed the cat. I don't think his turn is up, so that's fine. Ox, I think that's it for the wolves. Ox, what are you up to?
I'm gonna produce flame again.
Okay, cool. Can
Yeah.
you describe that for me as you do it, and then roll attack?
So again, I just lift the fire up with my hand, or lift my hand, and the fire comes out, and I whip it at the wolf that's closest to Cobort.
There's 2, left or right.
Oh yeah,
No worries.
the right one.
Awesome. Okay, so you whip this like fireball out of him. You're like determined to hit him this time. Roll
Yes.
for attack. What'd you hit? Tell me.
15.
You absolutely hit this guy dead on the mark. Roll for damage and tell me how this wolf dies.
Okay. So 3. Do I add anything to that damage roll?
No.
Okay, so just
so a fireball just kind of like envelops its face as you just hear this like, "Arr!" and it just like dissipates into smoke as this wolf is kind of vanquished.
Okay.
It appears to be Mudri's turn. What are you up to? Nick, you're on deck.
Ready.
That's a good question.
Mhm.
So, I don't have a ton of long range spells by design. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use my action to cast Blade Ward on myself,
Okay.
and then I'm going to take a couple of steps up to. Can I do this? Yeah, to about right here.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Just
You guys
in
can ping.
case. Yeah, if you click and hold, it's much easier.
Okay. What does Blade Ward do?
Blade Ward gives me until the end of my next turn resistance
Mhm.
against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks.
Awesome. That works for these wolves.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
All right, and I think that will be it for me.
Okay, cool. And that means it is Nick's turn. What is Eckert up to?
Eckert turns to the wolf on his left and
Oh, we lost.
uses the. Oh, am I here?
No, you're here. We lost Jordan and Knox.
Oh, there.
Hey, we're back.
Hey.
Sorry.
So yeah, I'm gonna turn to the left and use my sword actually to slash at this wolf that's next to me.
Cool.
My great sword. And I'm gonna roll. I roll a d20 first, right? To check if I hit it.
Yes.
Okay. Roll a 10 plus is that my strength
And your proficiency.
Thank you.
and my proficiency. So I don't know what my proficiency is.
+2.
Do I get a proficiency?
If you're proficient
yeah.
with the weapon you're using.
You're proficient with that weapon, yes.
Okay, then great. Then I total of 15.
On which wolf again? Just to double check.
The one that's to the left.
Okay, cool. So describe how you're attacking this wolf for me, please.
So-
You do hit.
Okay, yeah. Do I have to unsheath my sword?
We'll say it as part of the action, so you kind of like just take it out.
Yeah, I'm imagining that I'm pulling it out of my sheath and then using that with the weight of it to kind of come down. The same way that I treated that hammer that hammer game. I'm
Roll for-
giving
Roll for damage for me.
that business to the wolf. I'm rolling damage. Roll the 1 plus. Oh no, I have to roll as an ID8 or 1.
You roll 1d8.
1d8. I rolled the wrong one.
Roll
Ace
the
like
right
diamond one.
Is the diamond one?
Mm-hmm. Shape like this.
Sorry. Oh, there it is.
You're fine.
Okay.
Your D8 plus your strength.
Plus 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 2 plus 3. Is that right?
Yeah. Did you include the -1 for the rusty sword? I think we already did that for the. I think it's already included on your sheet.
This is so complicated. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Okay.
I can double check on my end.
So I rolled a 2 with this dice. And then,
Your great sword, you do a +1. So your whatever you roll for damage, it's 2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1.
Mhm.
Oh, I just didn't roll the dice at all correctly 3 times. Cool.
You're good. It's hard.
All right, so I rolled 2 5s.
2 5s, Jesus. Okay, so that's going to be an 11 because it's +1. So as you raise this greatsword, everyone, you just kind of feel like the shadow as the largest sword you've ever seen is lifted to the heavens by this enormous man and is just crashed down on this wolf as the earth literally splinters as this wolf is decimated in an instant.
Oh.
Cool. I thought I rolled the right dice. And then I say, I'm going to say the couple. How'd you like that?
Nice inspiration for that. Nick, give yourself inspiration for that.
Okay.
That was I like the line. It appears to be Jordan's turn again.
Oh, I see we're competing, huh? Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna whip the one right in front of me.
Okay, cool. Roll to attack.
8. Ow.
Unfortunately, it dodges out of the way of your attack, and it appears to want to. It thirsts for blood as it tries to slash at you again.
Okay.
It rolled really
Does
good.
inspiration do anything to your attacks?
Inspiration is you re-roll any roll.
You can roll a dice with advantage by declaring it at the time of wanting to roll the dice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So before the roll is called and before any special modifiers or anything, you can declare it to be advantage. You can't roll advantage on a disadvantage check. You can cancel out disadvantage on some occasions, not all. That is up to my discretion. But the wolf does hit you, and you are going to be taking 6 damage as it manages to kind of get behind your shield and kind of bite into your shoulder.
Oh
No.
And Jordan, I actually do need you to roll a strength save.
Oh shit!
Because you're so small.
Oh boy.
Here comes minuses. Oh my god! I got a 0.
As the wolf just kind of pushes you down into the dirt and is like just kind of gnawing at your shoulder, you just kind of see it kind of get on top of you as whatever that you understand. Ox, you kind of see your companion go down pretty quick as like this kobold's like this wolf is trying to get into his flesh and try to turn him into dinner. He does have disadvantage because thankfully Nick is right next to you, so you do have some semblance of like the advantage disadvantage for casting magic at short range would be canceled out. So you can do your action now.
Okay. I'm gonna produce flame again.
All right. Classic.
Yeah.
Play that record.
I'm gonna lift up my hand and the flame's gonna come out and I'm gonna whip it at this crazy wolf.
I love the creativity. Roll for attack.
I like your whipping it.
Hell yeah. Get into it.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright. I rolled a 17.
Plus you know.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's good. That hits. That hits real
Okay.
good. You just are like, get away. Roll for damage.
Okay.
There it is.
2.
You did 2 damage. So you do 2 damage on this wolf. He does not seem to like that as he like kind of like glares up at you, but he's still got his teeth in the kobold. Mudre, what are you up to? As you see kobold being attacked by a wolf next to your large giant friend who just destroyed one.
All right, so I gotta get a little bit closer. I gotta get within 30 feet of this wolf, but upon seeing it jump onto this kobold, I'm going to cast Gust once more, hold out the hand, channel the energy, and try and push the wolf off of him. Hopefully not ripping out a jugular in the process. but,
How
you
much
know,
range does it have? That's a
30
crazy.
feet.
Oh, ooh, you're a little far, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Let me-
So move me a little closer. Within 30 feet. Just
Okay,
like
yeah.
a little, like 10 feet.
Absolutely.
And then it's gonna make a strength save again.
Sure. Okay. Does a 7 make it?
Nope.
Then he's gonna get pushed away. Where's he getting pushed to? He's
Nice.
You push him. I guess either here or here is fine. Just 5 feet off of him, kind of
Okay.
away from me, is what
Okay.
his spell says. But
he's there.
yeah. Cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's gonna do it.
Awesome. Nick, it's your turn. The wolf is right in front of you. You've just been pushed off the kobold. Jordan, you're starting to get to your feet as you feel the sudden weight of Demon Wolf no longer on you.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast and see if I can roast this little puppy.
You are casting that at melee range, but because you are next to an ally, I'm going to say it's fine. It's not going to provoke an attack of opportunity just for now,
Okay.
because it's just a wolf. Can you roll to attack?
Okay. Well, you D20. You have 10 plus my other thing is plus 5, so 15.
That does hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, and that is a 10. Sorry. Okay. 10.
It's 2d6 plus 1 for you.
What? That's
Oh
my
no, that's your great sword. Sorry about that.
1d10.
1d10. 1d10.
And I
I'm just
rolled
glad
a
to see you.
9.
You rolled a 9. So this already charred wolf that seemed like it was given a lot of flame damage on it is shocked with electricity like its ally, as it is just obliterated into smoke as combat comes to an end.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Can I help Gordon up off the ground too?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're so strong.
You guys survived your first combat. How's everyone doing?
Down a little bit of HP, but
Okay.
I'm doing okay.
Where are those guards?
One of the guys comes up to you and is like, "Is everyone okay?"
Yeah.
Mudre, you recognize him as the guard that you spoke to earlier. He's like, "Sorry, we were just making sure none of the children got too close or anything."
Slow on the draw, but understandable.
Yeah, you guys took care of them quite handily, though. It's actually kind of impressive. We don't usually see travelers. Well, I mean, I don't really see much travelers, but you guys, I have not seen someone deal with people this well, except for students out of the academy. Are you maybe thinking of joining? I mean, I know I talked to you, Mudre, about that earlier. Hi, Demarin again. Demarin again. Hi. Yeah.
What's this academy?
Oh, we'll talk about it later. I think I can totally. I'll write this down. It's totally fine. As he just kind of reaches into his pockets, and he kind of pulls out what appears to be 20 gold for each of you. For each of you. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
gonna give
like-
a flower.
You want to give him a flower?
Yeah.
You absolutely can give him a flower.
Sweet.
I have a question. Just generally, so I have a
What's up?
staff that makes flowers. Is there a way for me to like?
Give it away.
No. This is out of character. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Sorry.
No worries.
Is it possible for me to know how to make like a healing potion out of something like flowers, or I don't?
That is a little more complicated than something you might be familiar with. It is possible to do something like that in the future. As of right now, that's not something that is within your skill set, unfortunately.
Like poison flowers with it?
Also not within your skill set at the moment.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe later, maybe with more experience, more training, you could maybe figure out ways to like learn about different herbs and things like that you could potentially produce.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So he's like, that's a normal amount of gold for people for monster slaying, right? I don't usually give out rewards.
I mean, you can get more if you want. I mean, I'm kind of bleeding.
Oh,
I'm gonna need the gold.
Sure. And he just kind of like looks at you, Jordan, as he kind of you just feel like this sudden rush of light that kind of like wash over you, and it feels oddly familiar as you just kind of feel warmth and energy as just like you heal back like 3 or 4 hit points.
Hey, I want that. Hey, that was cool. Hey, I want some of that goodness.
Sorry, I'm not totally allowed to use magic outside of the city walls. Don't tell anyone I use magic today, please. Yeah.
All right.
Later.
We are
and he
all
just
guilty
kind of
of it, so
and he kind of like runs off. Does not shrink in size. He gets back to the stands. Well, it did seem that this kind of like halted sort of the festivities. The fact that you guys dealt with this so handily, it seems that it kind of like stopped the problem before it got worse, and people seem to be coming back to the festivities and celebrating and everything. So things are kind of back to normal, which is always great.
just 30 seconds of terror.
Does anyone have any damage on their armor or anything like that?
I do, yeah. I received 4 hit points against me.
Yeah, you notice that there's some puncture wounds in his forearm, like his gauntlet.
Okay, I have a mending spell.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Is it first level or cantrip?
I believe it's first level. It is? Oh.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. The first
I believe
two
it's a
are-
cantrip, but I can double check for
Yes.
us.
Oh, okay.
Is mending?
It
This
must
is the
be.
question.
Yeah.
Mending.
Mending is a cantrip.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a cantrip.
Well,
So
I
you
would
kind of
very much appreciate that.
Okay.
you can describe it if you'd like.
Okay, so hold out your arm, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, left arm.
Ox, I need you to roll a investigation check for me.
Okay.
Oh. What's under there?
So investigation 11.
11. Nick, can you roll a deception for me?
Jeez. What do I roll?
That's a
Um, there's a D20, and then you're gonna add deception to it. Thank you, Hydration Bot.
Rolled 17.
Damn.
Is plus 3, so 20.
Oh
20?
my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You don't see anything weird or anything. Nothing
Okay.
different.
Okay, so hold
He
out
just
your
kind of
arm.
holds. He just kind of holds out his arm, palm down and everything, just
Mhm.
normal.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I'll just put my hands over it and kind of like move them, and you see a bit of like yellow light coming from underneath.
Okay.
And then I lift it off, and it's like good as new, better than it was.
Cool. You see just little bits of rust kind of trickle away as it almost looks like she's restored part of it a little bit. Ox, give yourself inspiration for that.
Okay.
Can I introduce
As-
myself to Alex's character because he kind of saved me?
Well, I'm sorry.
Can I introduce myself to Alex's character?
Absolutely. It's currently free movement, so don't worry about anything. So
Okay. You saved my life. I had that wolf on me.
It is not a problem.
Oh,
I'm just trying to help.
thank you. What's your name? Young
My
man.
name is Mudri, and yours.
Sorry, are you yeah.
Definitely a woman.
Sorry, what,
Mudri is a
I
red.
I sound like one, right?
this red-skinned dark elf woman
Nice.
with
Yeah.
horns is standing in front of you.
Okay. You look really cool. I just want you to know that.
Thank
Like
you.
a
I
total
appreciate it.
badass.
She always has sunglasses on.
You are quite interesting yourself. What
Oh,
is
yeah.
your name?
I'm Cobort. This is my friend Ama.
Emma. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You are traveling together?
Yeah, we kind of live together, travel together, stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
Vague.
I raise my eyebrow behind my armor.
I am glad that everyone made it out of that in one piece.
Yeah, I saw you like running away, and I was like, "What are you doing?" But then you came back, and that was really nice of you.
It's a necessary precaution in my
For
line
sure.
of work. It is I am not as resilient as some of the rest of you appear to be,
Oh, yeah.
especially with your rather impressive set of armor.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm tiny, but I'm tough.
Alex, can you roll a Arcana check for me?
16, I think it's plus 3. Plus 5. Holy shit, 21.
You feel the tinglings of energy coming off of this kobold. It doesn't seem like a normal kobold. Like you've never heard of a magical kobold, but he seems to kind of have some energies about him that are strange. Not bad, but just different. It doesn't seem elemental in nature. You wouldn't call him like he does probably come from Eldor or somewhere like that, a forest of some kind. But he seems to kind of have some sort of different energy. You're not quite sure where to place it just yet.
I'll quietly keep that information to myself for right now, but
Mhm.
duly noted.
So yeah, it seems that as people are kind of getting ready back together and stuff, the other stall is open. The tavern is still open. Some people were inside hiding, but you can kind of hear laughter coming out of it right now. And it seems that people are just kind of trying to settle down just a little bit before we get back into the main presentation.
Do we have time for a drink?
Absolutely.
Well, hey, how about a round of drinks on me? We'll go
Oh yeah,
Wow.
get some beer or
excellent.
whatever.
I'll take you up on that.
Okay, cool.
Before we go, I just gotta take one stop over here? I want to buy that key.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so Gavin sees you and he's like, oh, that was crazy. I almost thought I'd lost some wares.
Oh yeah.
How are you guys doing? You got like mauled.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
I'm not bleeding anymore. I'm fine now. But yeah, where were you? Were you hiding?
I'm a little craftier. Secret chests and all that.
That's true. That's rude of me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I appreciate you asking if I'm okay. That is
Yes,
really
what I
nice. What is your name again? I don't remember if I caught it. Cobort. Okay, cool. Yeah, you seem really cool.
Okay. Well, I kind of came back for that key that you were showing us. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I can't offer you the biggest discount because they did kind of damage my shop a bit, but I would love to give you like 2 gold off if you're interested in it still.
Yeah. So, what was the price again?
It was 20, but I'll sell it to you for 18.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take it. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As he kind of just hands you the small box with the key in it, with the number 3 on it, as just kind of. Yeah.
So while he's doing that, are we walking over to the tavern?
Yeah, I'll run up to catch up with you guys. If I can.
Okay. So you guys are going into the tavern, which means scene transition.
Cool.
And bam, there's your tokens.
Nice.
Saved them. All right. So you can kind of see that this is a tavern, and let me just. Shabam.
There we go.
There we go. Tavern music. Always have to happen. As you see, standing at the counter, just give a little token for that. You enter a wooden tavern, humble, with only a few tables and a large counter, behind which waits warmly for travelers to rest their boots a woman, humanoid in appearance, with a pair of curled horns and blue skin. She's polishing a glass, and she kindly greets those who walk in the door. Her golden hair shimmers in the warm glow of the candles and matches the sign above her, the golden cup.
All right, I'm going to walk up to her and say, hello, lady.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to the Golden Cup. You must be the guys outside that dealt with those there. What is it? Wolves? Oh, they were quite tough looking.
A little bit more than wolves, maybe, but enough of that. I'm buying drinks for my friends, fellow combatants. Can I get a round of your finest ale?
Give me a second.
Just one sec.
Maybe I'll get an extra one for myself.
Okay. She says, well, we do have 2 ales on.
Both me and my small lizard friend.
Salt porter and a sea ale. You got it.
Yeah.
2 for him?
Yep.
Oh
I'm having. So I'm.
How many drinks is that altogether?
2, 1, and 1. So 6.
6 drinks. It's going to cost you about 6 gold.
That sounds perfect. Throw the gold.
Actually,
down.
I'm going to say it's about 3 golds, half a gold each. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I plink. I plink 4 gold down. Give the lady a tip for her trouble and bring the beer back.
Oh, you're a kind customer. I like you. You keep the ale flowing and you keep the money rolling.
Yeah.
Did you happen to get the CL
For you, yeah.
for Cobort as well?
Yes.
Like one of each?
I think I got one of each.
Oh, okay. So you got one that's not the CL. What's the other one called? Porter.
The salt porter.
Salt porter.
Yeah, they seem to be made with a special kind of wheat that seems to grow locally.
Wait, is the beer magical? I don't even check.
Roll Arcana?
Half a gold for magic beer? It's a steal.
Cobort. Because I'm not getting the salt
14.
porter, can you let me try yours before you start on it?
What?
I'd like to try it.
No, I know what you're trying to do. It's
No,
my
I'd really like to try it.
Because I like to drink. I can have my 2 drinks.
Won't you let me try it?
Yeah, I'll let you sip it once I've had my share.
No, I'd
Did
like
I
it
also get a salt
beforehand.
What happened?
Did I also get a salt porter? I don't remember what I ended up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
That was the woman's recommendation.
Yeah, I will offer that to Emma.
Can you tell me where everyone is at the moment?
I guess I brought the beer back to the table, which I assume somebody grabbed.
I just sit at a table.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
I-
following.
So the beer's on the table.
Yeah.
I grabbed salt porter from Cohort and I chugged the whole thing down.
Move this over here.
What?
It didn't want to move otherwise, so I'm just like.
If you wanted one, you could have just asked.
I just thought I'd take yours.
Okay,
Also being weird.
that's kind of rude, but that's okay.
If you're feeling down about it, you can have mine, and I'll slide my salt porter across to Cobalt.
No.
Ooh, thank you.
I didn't know.
All right, let's cheers.
So
I'll
I
drink on the drinks.
I give your character my sea beer.
Oh.
See, yeah.
Sea ale.
An interesting trade we've got going on.
Yeah.
Everyone just drink your own beers.
There are other drinks on the menu. These just two happen to be the local brews. So these are made by two large local breweries that have just popped up and where the town's basically building around. So they're two kind of competing things. Who would like to, if anyone tries a drink, let me know. I can describe it to you.
Sure, I'll drink the porter.
Yeah.
So as the ale, the porter reaches your lips, you kind of get that sort of natural chocolatey taste from porter. You kind of get this like salt undertone that really kind of complements it. It tastes like, like a salted chocolate, but kind of like espresso-y at the same time. And it's very pleasant and warm.
Sounds so good. I enjoy it, and I keep taking big gulps.
Okay.
You don't like
Steam
it?
is half over, and
Maybe
someone's half
you should
The
give
big old Steiner glass, just
Yeah.
chugging it down.
How do you guys like the beer?
It's delicious.
I
It is
don't
beer.
really like the chocolate one.
I think I'll drink the rest of yours.
Are
Don't
you
worry.
drinking his beer for a reason?
She knows my character has a drinking problem. But,
Oh, your character. Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to drink
no,
it
I'm holding my beer.
before
Not
he
letting anyone
does,
touch
but
it.
I'm just getting really drunk.
Okay, I do need. Who drank? Raise your hand.
I'm sipping.
All of you drank. Everybody, roll a con save.
Oh no!
I don't like that.
Yep.
Oh, I don't like that.
This again.
So you're gonna do a con saving throw modifier and then 1d20.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm +0. I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3.
I only sipped it.
I rolled a 4.
And then,
Okay, you only took a sip, so I'll wait.
I rolled a 6.
I got
You rolled
21.
a 6. 21.
Yeah.
How much did you drink, Ox?
I slammed a beer.
2.
You slammed
And
it?
I drank the remaining of his.
You will feel
Order.
drunk for the next 2 rounds.
Oh my
You'll feel pretty tipsy.
I'm drunk.
Yep. You were not expecting it to be this strong. It is fresh local brew, and it has a distinct taste of booze.
Okay.
Jordan, Cobort is pretty comfortable with these sort of things. He just kind of like takes it and goes. Mudri, you kind of like get these weird like backlashes of like the sources of magical fonts that are coming naturally from the ocean that have flavored this. It doesn't taste bad to you. You just feel drunker than you know you should, and that's because your mind is kind of being pulled somewhere else. You don't feel quite pukey, maybe a little tipped over, but not quite falling out of your chair. Nick, what did you roll?
I rolled a. It was a. Shoot, I said it. Oh, 14. Yeah.
You rolled a 14. You feel fine.
So I'm just wasted.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm putting mine down for now.
I'm gonna take another gulp.
You feel great, but you're just a little drunk.
I think I'm gonna finish mine. Should I throw another? Do another con throw?
You're gonna drink another one? Yep. You have to roll con again.
I'm drinking the remaining half of my beer.
Okay.
Oh, 5 and 2, 7.
You rolled a 7. You are also drunk, as it seems that the beer took a little bit, but it kind of snuck up on you. These are particularly potent ales and porters, particularly potent porters.
So I'm looking at a whole mug in front of me, and I can't finish it. Or I'm already drunk, and I don't want to get too sloshed.
Yeah.
So I offer it to a random patron.
It seems that a waiter comes by and just kind of like, with a twirl of his clothes, just kind of like hands just some water to the table, just like pop, 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 and then just walks off. seemingly kind of used to seeing people not quite so used to the brew. They've dealt with a lot of travelers over the years.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, I'm guzzling water.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled a 5 after I drank mine. So.
Ox, can you roll survival for me?
Oh my god.
Survival.
If you fail this roll, you fucking die.
No.
21.
You feel much better.
Okay.
The salt was kind of dehydrating you. You start to feel better pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah. Turns out being in combat and then immediately chugging down alcohol is not a great combination for anyone. But yeah.
Can I bust out my box key and like show it to everybody?
Yeah, go for it. You can do whatever you want. Table's yours.
Okay. I'm just gonna pull out this box. I'm gonna open it, and this like keys in there that has the number 3 on it.
What's
What
with
is
number
that
3?
little artifact?
Well, I bought it from some guy out there, and he's like, "This opens up anything I want," and like then it breaks or something like that. I was thinking
One
maybe
use only.
What?
One use only.
Yeah. Yeah.
One
One
use
use
only.
only.
Oh, it's
We could do something
magic.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How much were you charged for that?
Like 18 gold or something. Yeah, 18 gold.
18 gold.
Is that a lot of gold?
Well, that's a lot of beer.
That's
For
true.
me.
I mean, I kind of just like literally spent my reward money in like 5 seconds.
On a sparkly key.
Well,
I don't know, I just figured we could do something cool with this.
if it's
Alex.
a functional key, yes.
Can you roll a Arcana for me?
I love Arcana. 9.
I know. 9? You've never heard of a magic key before, but I mean, who are you to judge?
Yeah, you know.
I mean,
Well, I own this.
it's functional.
Bag from the dwarf, and I haven't gotten a chance to open it. So I'm going to
Oh,
put it
yeah.
on the table and see what I got.
Cool.
How much gold is it?
10 gold.
10 gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wiggity. If we weren't all so drunk, I'd buy you guys more drinks.
yeah, let's do it.
I feel
they
much
do-
You can look for
better.
yourself.
They do have less local, less strong things on the menu if you would like to sample those.
No, I think we're pretty slosh. We're good enough with water.
You should keep
Okay.
some of the money for yourself.
Yeah.
You have been more than generous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for getting me drunk.
Anytime, little buddy.
So as you guys are talking, you see Gavin kind of walk back, and he's like, "Whew, what a day, right?" I mean, it's not over, but you know, it's a day. Hello.
I think the sun's still out.
Yep. Like noon. Crazy, right? Weird day.
Do you know who this is? Are you familiar with
I
this?
don't know who this is.
Mind if I join you, friends?
Who are you?
Gavin Stormbrook, merchant extraordinaire. Well, merchant.
Oh,
currently
this is the
extraordinaire.
guy we bought the key and the staff from. Oh, Gavin. Hi.
I'm gonna sweep the gold back from the table into my pouch and put that in my pocket.
Who's watching your store right now?
Oh, it's fine. There's just some kids around.
Okay.
Just some kids, eh?
The children are more than likely to be pickpockets where I am from.
Wow, sounds like you come from a weird place.
Isn't there an extra beer on the table?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
there?
there's like a half drink.
Yeah, there's at least half, if not 3/4 of the sea ale. That's what I was
Have you
having.
ever had the sea ale, Gavin?
Yeah, the CEO. Oh, it's delicious.
It gets you drunk.
It's something.
It does. We've seen many a traveler have a bit of a tipsy night, if you will, around these parts.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Gavin. Well,
Gives you sea legs, huh?
what can we
Huh?
do?
Oh,
What can we do for you?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying hello. I'm just getting some water, maybe a snack from the bar. Yeah, those wolves seemed a bit more restless than usual. Must have had an unpleasant winter, am I right?
no, they weren't.
That's what makes you turn into smoke.
Have you seen these wolves before, Gavin?
Well, we've seen wolves before. You know, we've never seen them really come out during the day. And they usually kind of stay away now that they have the lanterns up. But no, nothing this strange. Seems kind of odd.
Does anything else show its face around here that's maybe nefarious?
We do have some like bears and things like that around these parts. You know, we are next to the woods. And hopefully as we start to build up, once the walls are up, we'll be perfectly fine. Nothing will really get in. And you know, with town guards and adventurers like yourselves, well, I don't know if you guys are adventurers, but travelers like yourselves, in amongst our midst, we should be okay, I think.
Yeah, the guards didn't really seem to do much back there.
Yeah.
You might want to pull that wolf out.
They were guiding a few townsfolk to safety, it looked like.
Nice, nice.
yeah.
And we had it under control.
Yeah, you certainly did.
Thankfully.
I'm just gonna go grab a snack and then I'm gonna head back outside. It seems like the presentation thingy is gonna start. Kind of a celebration ceremony. That's all.
Hey, you sold my friends some a magic key. Do you have any alcohol that you want to sell? It's a magic key.
Magic items. No, they kind of cleaned me out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
bought them both.
Yeah, which is great. I can start buying some more stuff. I do have a guy back in Somnus that knows some pretty cool merchants and shopkeepers that I can kind of get stuff from, supplies from. So you guys really did help.
Do you acquire all of your magical merch from Somnus?
No, some of it we get from the West Coast, and some of it I get from up north in Nystrom. It really depends on where I need supplies from. So it can come from all over.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, kid.
Well, enjoy your snack.
Thank you so much. As he kind of leaves you and walks to the bar and kind of orders just like a small, like little sampler meal thing.
We should probably report to the town that those wolves were demons or something.
Yeah, there was something different about
They were what?
Like demons. They didn't have no blood. They had like black stuff.
They turned to smoke.
Yep.
I was rather far away. That
Oh.
is, they were all like that?
Each one they got
As far as I
slashed
can
with.
tell.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
either exploded into dust or when little Cobor here slashed one in the face, smoke came out, no blood came out.
I noticed the dust. I thought it was a remnant of whatever magic you were using to dispatch them, but the smoke I did not see from where I was at. That is disconcerting. I think you are correct. We should probably report it to somebody.
Definitely. Who would we tell?
Tell some guards. Was it?
No, you could.
I don't know.
People start to be seeming to be going outside now. It seems that things are getting ready to set up outside back in the courtyard. If you guys would like to.
Eckert,
Yeah.
if you would still like to catch that presentation, it is probably going to be starting soon.
Definitely. Let's if you guys want to join us, we were
Yes, of
planning on
course.
watching the
Oh, yeah.
presentation from the Academy of Magic.
Sure.
Maybe we'll find a guard out there. We can tell them about the darkness
absolutely.
shadow dogs, whatever they were called.
Agreed. Let's hang around outside the door for a couple minutes. We can watch from further in the back.
Okay. As you make your way outside, you see that at the podium. So let me just move you guys to outside the door. Here. You can kind of see someone on the stage in that gray uniform, the man that you spoke to earlier, Eckert. And standing to the left of him is the guard that you spoke to that used magic, Mudri. And to the right of him is just another guard that seems to not really be causing too much attention or trouble. As he kind of like draws from his satchel just like a small scroll, and he kind of reads it. He's like, "Citizens of Soros, I come to you with a request from the capital. Does your spirit yearn for the taste of adventure? Does your pulse rise at the thought of traveling across distant lands, spreading truth and justice to those in need, to assist each and every citizen of this great kingdom? For those of you seeking the most honorable challenge in ISO, we invite you to sign up for the Royal Academy of Magics. Need not those of you who are without magic be discouraged. The Academy sees potential in all and good in all. Be ye from impoverished background or nobility, the Academy welcomes you with open arms to study magics, warfare, science, and culture to help make this nation all the better. Please see us after this presentation to kind of get started, and we can help you understand what the next steps are." And so he kind of goes on this long spiel and tells people about the Academy. You get to go to ISO, and you get to talk to you get to learn from some other magic users, or learn from spellcasters and researchers. And you are kind of a part of the military, technically. You are the rank of student, but it can lead to further progression, which can lead to research grants and other things. You could join the Sea Brigade. You could join the town's guards that in all the towns. You can do a lot of things through this sort of program. Yeah. It doesn't seem catered to just people who want to punch things in the face.
Interesting.
Sounds compelling.
Yeah.
I haven't been out of the forest in who knows how long.
It's been years.
It's been years.
What's the commitment like?
You are agreeing to live in academy housing for this duration of your education. You will be given uniforms to wear while you are attending classes or out and about in the city, if need be. And you will also be given physical, magical, and educational exams that will determine the branch that you are advancing into as you make your way further through your education.
Just physical exams?
Yes, just to make sure that you can ask him further as you get closer, but that's what he says.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So are you guys going to go up to him? You can ask him.
Yeah. You can see they're just kind of like sitting at a small like booth essentially with like some forms and some paperwork and things like that.
I will hang back and kind of inform one of the guards next to me. It doesn't really matter who, but I just pass along the information that Cobort shared with me about the wolves having the shadowy blood and whatnot.
The guards that you can see are next to the in this section over here next to the stand.
Okay, I'll make my way over there to tell them if that's close to where the presenter is too. Then we can all go. But
yeah, did you guys join him or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to hang back and follow behind a little bit. I'm not super eager, but I want to listen to his more detailed spiel.
Okay. He says, "Oh, are you guys interested in joining the academy? I saw you guys deal with those wolves earlier. That was incredible stuff. You guys would be excellent candidates."
Well, I mean, so you said if we sign up for this, like you place us where you think we belong?
We do have an interesting portion of the sort of the like your initialization. We do ask you along the way if you have specific interests, and we try to help you steer towards the direction that you want. But we do have some limitations. We can't expect someone who's frail to do a physical laborious activity as part of the engineering corps if they don't have the stamina for it. So we do have simple little rules like that. We do actually give all of our students a salary, 1,000 gold a year. So that's 156 per month, and it comes with a 61 gold signing bonus.
You pay us?
Yeah.
To teach us? Wow.
Yeah.
So as a side note, we on the way over here, I was hearing a lot of the reputation of this place and hearing a lot about it. Right?
Yes.
This is out of character, but
okay, sure.
Was it positive that I was hearing, or was it negative?
It was positive. It seemed like a place people wanted to be at.
Is it like a place of high prestige?
So whereas like normally in our world, you have schools that have prestige at different like levels, like you have your Harvards, you have your Yale, MIT, that sort of thing. You have your community college. This is kind of like a weird mashup where you kind of start out in like a general school population and then you work your way towards prestigious areas. So as you make your way up, you will like attain military ranks in different areas. So like the research division has their own ranking. The military has their own ranking.
Okay, and are they like known to be in conflict or war with anybody else?
No. Can you roll history for me?
Yeah.
Also, out of character, once I'm done talking to the guard and just passing the information along, I'll sidle back over to everyone else to listen in with this discussion.
Sure.
I rolled a. History is I rolled a 0.
You would have to ask.
I rolled in that one, and then you got -1.
You'd have to ask. You have no idea. You don't know anything about current politics.
Okay.
So you'd have to ask in character. Alex Mudri gets like kind of like a nod from the guard and said like, "Hey, if you do end up going to the academy, I think we could talk more about this. There's some people that I think would be very interested in hearing this. Are you interested in signing up?"
It is possible, certainly. That is
awesome.
Yes, I am interested, but.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we can totally, talk to. I know my commanding officer would definitely be interested. Maybe his commanding officer. We'll see where it goes. Yeah. But yeah, when we get back to the city, we can talk to the right people. But I don't think this is just something simple that we should be. I don't think it's something low level. I think this is something else.
I agree. Make sure the right people are aware of it.
Yeah. So, Nick, did you want to ask a question? Did you guys want to ask a question, Jordan Knox?
So, Mr. Academy man, if I'm going to be in the military,
Tarvin. My name is Tarvin. Sorry. Yeah.
If we're going to be part of your military or part of your might, well, who are we fighting exactly?
Oh, currently we don't have much conflict. We're kind of in the middle of a peace treaty with the other nations. I mean, the Vian Empire stays relatively quiet, thankfully, and the Entori is, they have their own troubles to deal with. They don't really go outside of the capital. West Coast sometimes has to deal with some pirates, and the East Coast sometimes has to deal with monsters. But relatively speaking, we're mostly just keeping monsters at bay from towns. That's really all we do. Maybe petty crimes here and there. It's not the dangerous life sometimes that stories may tell you. There are some people have had some grand adventures, but it's not blood and mayhem.
Well, I do like fighting monsters.
I mean, we just fought some shadow monsters. I mean, that's pretty messed up.
That was pretty fun, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't want to do that every day.
Well, you'd mostly be schooling, so you would not be having to worry about that every day.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm kind of a loner, so I'll pass. Thank you.
You'll pass.
You don't want to learn.
Well, I mean, we live in the forest to get away from people. I don't want to be with these people.
I know. I just maybe this could be a good opportunity for you.
Okay, well, only do
I
if
can
we all
only
do
teach
it.
you so much.
That's true.
It would be foolish if you pass an opportunity like this by. Many people are not afforded opportunities like this.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't usually offer a signing bonus or anything like that. Usually, people have to come to us. We don't usually take people to
What
summon
makes
us.
this a
You're
special
very-
occasion then?
It's part of an initiative to get more people job opportunities and working in just the various parts of the kingdom.
Job opportunities that pay us.
Yes, that's how a job works.
That is how job works.
would that be the first kobold?
Actually, I mean, yes, I don't think I've ever even seen a kobold. I assumed you were just a small dragonborn or something.
He's a very special kobold, and he has a lot of potential. And I think this would be a great opportunity for him.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I definitely think there are some researchers who would love to meet you and maybe talk to you about things, if that's something you would be okay with if you come with us.
Like,
As long as I come too.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's nothing serious. We're just interested. I've never heard of a sentient kobold before.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone has.
I don't want to be touched.
Are there more of you?
I'm pretty sure my wisdom is. Sorry, I don't know where this. No, no, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we would love to talk to you more. See what's going on.
Sorry, I'm just a little cautious.
That's totally reasonable.
Don't touch me. Okay, but I'll think about it.
Cool. Yeah. So he does lay out some contracts in front of you to sign if you're interested. You can roll for investigation if you want to try to read them a little bit more discerning. Or
You want to investigate?
Sure.
Yeah, I would also read it.
You shall read
But I
it.
will
Yeah,
sign it
let's all
regardless
read
of what I
it.
read, almost guaranteed.
just sign it. Whatever.
Oh shit!
What'd you roll?
One.
hang on.
Oh,
This
well, a
is
natural one though.
Yeah, natural one.
I
2.
rolled I rolled a 7.
Are you sure you want to keep that? You do have inspiration.
Okay, 13.
Oh, I could roll again.
Yeah, you can add inspiration before the roll is called.
I rolled an 8, really killing it.
I'll use it.
Okay.
12.
Yeah, add one.
Okay.
13.
Wow.
Yeah, 13 too.
13. Nick, what'd you get?
7.
Okay. I mean, it all seems pretty above board. It seems like what he said was true. Something about the Varelian Accords. If anyone, first person to roll history gets to roll it. Just one. I don't want.
I'm from Varelia. Let's see.
You are from Varelia.
Cool. That's a fucking. Oh, it's +5. Okay, so still an 8, but
You've heard of it. It's a peace treaty. It's like something you definitely learned in your schooling. I don't think the other three of you would necessarily know of it. Nick, it doesn't sound familiar to Eric, Eckhart, and Emma. It's not something you're totally. It's not totally your field anyway. But it is something that's marked on there as like, as per the Varelian Accords, we will do this, this, and this, which includes like housing and food and clothing and that sort of thing to kind of make sure your academy stay is as focused on your education as possible.
What about breaking out of the contract? Does it say anything?
It seems to have a 2-year clause where you can't. You have to stay for 2 years. After that, they will ask sort of like a payback of like 500 gold to be paid at any time. But that is pretty much the if and or but of it that you can see.
Is that only if you want to leave, or just like part of a repayment plan that everyone?
It's
does
just if
there?
you want to leave. They
Okay.
expect to gain their gold back, but through this, it seems
Yes,
through
yes.
your service. So your service to the country and you helping like build the local economies and things like that. They think that that is worth the investment of 1,000 gold.
Okay.
How long is Torvin? Hey, Torvin, how long have you been a guard or a member of the academy?
13 years.
13 years.
Yep.
Is it great? Do you love it?
I absolutely love it. I get to come to towns like this all the time. I get to talk to people, and I've seen some really great things happen to people in this academy. I mean, I get to go back to Somnus every once in a while, which is always nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show me your biggest battle scar, if it's so great.
I actually have never been in combat. I never passed those tests. I ended up signing up for other things that included certain more researchy roles. I'm still just 11th officer. I'm not in a research position, but I don't really see it combat myself.
So you've taken 13 years to be a low level guy?
You don't know what that rank actually is,
Oh.
but he seems he's. Can you roll insight for me?
Sure. That's 7.
He seems happy.
Okay.
It's Cat.
All right.
Chloe, roll d20 for me. Do it.
Are you guys signing this? Are you
Say I want fish. I'll buy you a fish.
I
know you
think
can
that
talk.
I'm already
I think
signing
you
it.
should go
You're
to the academy.
Okay. So you
I'm
sign it.
signing it. As you're asking me, I'm already doing it.
We're
Okay,
all doing
you-
a pack here. It's like a pack thing.
Like we're sticking together. Well, the two of us are.
Are they gonna
You
make
have no obligation to follow me. We have only just met, but if you are interested, I would highly recommend doing it. It's
Yep.
something that you should look forward to.
And if you are all joining together, we can obviously, keep you guys together if that is something that you desire.
Yeah.
I mean,
I decided.
Even
Yeah,
joining
I
at the
think
same
we worked-
time. So
we worked well together, and it's good to have a group.
I mean, I can see that. We've seen you guys.
As long as we're not all stuffed in the same room, I'm for it.
Yeah. So did everyone sign a contract?
Yeah.
We're signing you.
Everyone adds 61 gold to your
60
Gold list. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Gold.
Oh, yeah. Does this universe only use gold?
Yep.
Okay.
Because copper is dumb.
So it's probably a little lower in value than like standard 5e gold rules.
Yeah, no,
Just fine.
it's to make
Okay.
up for it. It's
No, yeah, that's cool. Just so I got it in my head.
Well,
usually things cost 1 gold. Half a gold is usually divided where you buy 2 and you get 1, or you get it for 1 gold.
I have a question out of character.
What's up?
When Ox healed me, did I go back to 10 HP?
How much did I say you healed for?
I don't
How's the mending?
Oh, she mended your armor. You didn't heal for anything.
I didn't heal for anything? Oh,
No, mending your armor is different. Yeah,
I was healed by that guy with the weird.
you were healed by that guy
okay, so I still have
That's
for 3 hit points, I believe.
Oh, thanks.
sorry.
this is great.
Back to signing bonus.
Yep.
Yeah, gold.
Okay, cool. Wow, we just went all in, eh?
Yeah, we're going to school.
That's spooky music.
We're back to
Wait,
Um,
music.
So it seems that as you guys are as you guys finish signing the contract, getting your gold and stuff, you just start to see that animals are clearing from the forest. You hear birds chirping and flapping their wings and running off in different directions as everything gets eerily quiet. You're not sure what's going on, but
Oh, she did it.
then the ground starts to rumble.
I will take 5 steps back.
The ground starts to shake and quake beneath your feet as large cracks form in the earth around you as it becomes difficult to hold your balance. The sound of townsfolk panicking fills the air, and it seems that homes and buildings are starting to crash and fall apart, just recently put together and hoping to withstand years of wear and tear. They seem to just destroy amongst each other. The shops, thankfully, due to the festivities, were empty, but it still seems like this town is getting destroyed before your very eyes, and the earth is shifting beneath your feet. I need everyone to roll a deck save.
Kevin.
A dex save.
1d20 plus dex mod.
Dex save. So you're
Mhm.
saving throw
Oh,
modifier.
sorry. It's a save, yeah.
Mhm.
So check your.
Nope.
You have
Two.
Dex. No, you don't. So just that. No.
So I rolled a 4. Do I do anything else to it?
Dexterity saving throw modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Should be in the top left of your sheet.
18.
Yeah, I have 0. So 4.
If whoever rolled below a 13, you drop. You are now prone.
Oh,
You just
okay.
Okay.
As
The people are not.
from the woods, you hear the growling of something big. Something heavy is coming from the trees as they just crack and push apart. Trees that have already been uprooted, to be fair, but are still being pushed over. But what appears to be a large bear, who also has this sort of black look in his eyes, and a pair of boars are standing next to him.
Jeez.
Oh, that's a board.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
It appears you are back in combat. Take initiative.
I rolled a
Here
one.
we go.
You rolled a nat 1.
Yes.
Alex.
That means my initiative is 0.
Yeah.
No way. 18. So you had the Dex
Modified at all? Just
Should be a
roll.
7.
Dexterity modifier you can add to it. I think yours was +0 though.
Yeah, so I'm at 14.
And that's 7.
18.
He was at 14.
Oh, Eckert.
Eckert's at 14. Alex is at a nat 1.
Ludri is it? 0.
So you're going to be last in the turn order. Jordan, what did you roll?
18.
18. Nice. And then Ox, what did
7.
Okay.
Quick question: has it been more than an hour since we finished fighting the wolves?
It is not.
Cool. All right, I still have my temp HP. All right, that's all I need to know.
You're drunk with your temp HP.
Yeah.
I got 3 left, dude. I need that. I only have 6 health.
I'm going to move
So
this
do I.
guy a little closer. This
I
guy
should've
a little
healed somebody.
closer.
These bears are so close. There's only one. That's a barrel. Okay.
Yeah, the bear looks significantly tougher than the other two.
Don't like that.
As he is actually not first. It is Jordan's turn. After the animals, it's going to be Nick. Nick, you're the next one up on deck. So I'll let you know when you're ready to go.
Okay, so it's a bear, and what are those other 2 dudes?
Boars. They look like boars.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh, PTSD. Okay.
They kind of snarl at you.
Um.
As the bear's heavy, his paw just against the already cracked earth, kind of pushing it and shifting it out of the way. You think that this is going to be kind of a difficult fight. This is actually considered difficult terrain for now.
Okay. What does that mean?
Get the fuck out of here.
I think so
Between
too.
his
I think we
abs.
should run.
You see the guards who kind of like scramble towards the buildings that are collapsed. They see fires starting to prop up, and they are out of this combat encounter because they have to deal with all the madness that is kind of
Oh, the
as a
building-
result of this rumbling.
What's still standing?
The tavern seems barely standing, but everything else seems destroyed.
Like the platform is destroyed?
Yes.
Are these tremors in the ground wide enough to the point we need to be afraid of falling into them?
No. At the moment, no.
Okay, okay.
At the moment, how dare
The next round.
Okay. Alex, you're red, right?
I am red.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Can I lay on hands some other person?
Lay on hands on who?
I can do it on not just myself.
Yeah, you can do it on anyone.
Yeah, sure.
Most people don't know you can use lay on hands on yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a touch spell, I think.
Yep, you just need to touch someone.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna touch. How do you pronounce your name again? God damn it. No, not Eckert.
Oh,
Mudri?
Mudri?
Oh, I'm full up on HP right now, and I still have 3 temp HP.
Oh, wait.
So I
am I
can't
mixing up?
unless
Am I
that's
mixing
like
up
a
somebody here?
bonus.
Well,
I can't get any more.
Eckert's down 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I'm gonna. So I have PTSD with boars. I'm gonna go up to that boar and just whip him. But I have range, so. I'll be, like, far
You only
back
need to be like
across.
this far away.
Okay.
Is that good? That's
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
I would like to stand on the platform, but that might be dangerous.
You can stay on the platform.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to provide as much an advantage as it would have normally, but it's because it's kind of cracked and falling apart.
Right.
But it is a little more stable than the ground itself. So
19.
19 to hit. You crack this boar in the face. Can you roll for damage for me?
After some weak damage. Here we go. 1 again. Okay, 4.
You do 4 damage to it.
Yep.
As you just crack your whip at it, and the boar just kind of gets hit by it really hard.
Is there purple smoke stuff?
It doesn't seem to its skin doesn't seem to be pierced by your attack, but it does seem that you did some damage to it.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay, cool. 1 second. Just gonna get this all figured out. We're good. All right. This boar is actually going to approach you, and it's going to charge at you. Actually, so it is going to just tackle its body into you, slamming its tusks into your body, which is going to be a 17.
Nope.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
All right. Well, then it misses. You just kind of block it with your shield as you kind of keep it in place.
Shield.
Nice. I have 18 AC. Yep.
Bro.
It is going. The other boar is actually going to charge towards Oxa's character, Emma. Going to be a little. He seems not too fond of half elves. I don't know. He just kind of goes at you. Also charging at you. Or does a 20 hit?
Oh my god.
So check your AC. Oh, you don't have anything. Okay, right. You're wearing leather armor?
Yeah.
I asked, but I know the
hits.
answer.
I mean, but we should still calculate what the
What is
So you have 13 from. Where's it 11 from leather?
I think it's 11 from regular leather.
Thank you. So 11, 12. 12 AC.
It should just be leather plus dex.
Yeah,
So
thank you. Okay, you're 12.
12? Okay. So that means
It
that
hits.
it hits.
Yeah.
it hits real good.
Ox, you're taking 8 damage as this tusk hits your shoulder real hard. I also need you to roll a strength saving throw as it tries to flip you.
Oh my god. Oof. That's a bad roll. You're down by
Are you still up after?
No.
She is.
Oh wait, you have a con mod, right?
Yeah, she has 9 health.
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
Just
Right. Okay. So
Turn the boar into a flower.
7 is my strength roll.
The strength was a 7.
Yeah.
You are going to be knocked prone, but because of the how wildly out of range this thing is, it actually throws you a good 10 feet.
Holy shit.
You don't take any damage from it, thankfully. It wasn't that far enough. It kind of threw you onto a slightly raised section, but you've been pushed out and knocked prone.
Okay.
And then next is going to be the bear's turn, who sees the kobold on the platform, who is within striking range, and decides to attack him. He's actually going to make 2 attacks. He's going to make one with his claws, and then one is just his jaws are going to snap at you.
Yeah.
So the claws, he rolls a 19,
Yep.
which hits. As he kind of bats you across, it just hits you, really fucking punches you with his arm. As you are taking 4 slashing damage. And then he's going to bite at you again. But unfortunately, he snaps his jaw out of the way and misses you, just barely.
Just
Yeah. Nice. It is
Just barely.
Nick. Nick, it's your turn. I need you to. Did you fail your dex save?
I was prone.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to spend half of your movement to stand up. You're already spending half of it, so you can move, I think, about 7 feet. So you can move 1 or 2 spaces to get in range. I'll say 2.
Okay. Shoot. I was trying to remember the thing that I can do.
You can do Eldritch Blast if you want to stay in place, or you can attack with your greatsword if you want to get up close.
There's the other thing I can do, right? The curse of the thing. Or is that not
You have Hexblade's Curse. Yes, that is a thing you can do. I don't see the actual specifics on your sheet. I can look it up.
It's not on my sheet, yeah.
Always good to have that stuff written out.
Yeah.
Starting first level, you gain the ability to place a baleful curse on someone. As a bonus action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. So that target is cursed for 1 minute, and if it ends early, the curse ends early. If the target dies, you die or you're incapacitated. You get a bonus on damage rolls against the cursed target, equal to your proficiency bonus. And any attack roll you make against the cursed target is a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20 instead of just a 20. And if it dies, you regain hit points equal to your warlock level plus your charisma modifier.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to curse the.
Mhm.
If I get health back, then I can kill one of these boars and get some health back. Yeah, I'll do it to the boar nearest to me.
Okay. Are you going to move at all?
No.
Okay. You will need to stand up to cast a spell, but you can do that easily. You still have an action available because your curse is a bonus action.
Right. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on the closest boar.
Okay, and that gives you a just roll to attack as normal.
8 plus. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good.
And 8 plus 3, right? Or 8 plus. Yeah, let's saving throws. 8 plus 3. 11.
Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. You're attacking?
Yep.
So actually, you do make it.
Great. And then I
So,
roll.
Mhm.
So. Plus 10, but I get a modifier, right?
you get a +2, which is because that's your proficiency bonus to the actual attack roll.
And also because of the curse.
No, that's from the curse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 2.
So that is going to do 4 damage with your bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes 4 damage, and it kind of strikes him and just kind of like sears his side. You can see like burnt flesh rendered raw by your attack. And that's it for your turn. Up on deck is going to be Alex. You're up on deck, but Emma, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm curious about this thing that I have called animal friendship.
Mhm.
And I think it means that I guess I convince it that I mean no harm to it, but
Mhm.
I don't know if that would really be beneficial here.
You are technically considered an aggressor at the moment because you are in combat against it, like as a group.
As a group, yeah.
So it wouldn't necessarily benefit you right now. It would be very difficult to roll, I think, to get through.
Okay. Okay. I will do that. I am. Let's see, where am I? Okay.
Your slime is it a 30 foot range or 60?
I think it's 30. So, can I reach the bear?
I think your fire attack has range.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably.
Okay, so I'll do produce flame against the bear.
Yeah, it can reach. Cool. Produce flame against the bear. Can you roll to attack for me?
Yes. 19.
19. That
Oh.
absolutely hits.
Okay, yeah.
Well, no, it's fine. Roll for damage for me. 3 damage. You see it kind of like burn, and then the flame kind of lips across its form as like it kind of catches more of its fur. It seems that like your fire attack did a little more damage than you actually expected. So yeah.
Ooh. He's weak against fire, you guys.
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn, Emma?
Yes.
No.
Cool.
Oh, what?
Huh?
No, okay.
Why not? What? No, I don't think there's anything else I can
Yeah,
do.
you can move like 1 space if you'd like, but that's pretty much it.
Oh. What is that structure behind me?
That is the tavern.
And it has it caved in on itself?
Not completely.
I'm gonna
it's-
step backwards towards the tavern.
Sure. This way. Is that good?
Yeah.
Cool. Alex, I believe it's Mood Ready's turn. What is she up to?
Okay. I'm going to pick myself up from
Okay.
the ground. I'm going to reach back into my coat to pull out the spell book. And I'm going to reach into my component pouch, pull out some rose petals. I'm going to blow them out of my hand towards this spot right. It's not working. I can't ping, but right above the bear, pretty much, I'm going to cast Sleep.
Oh, here?
Right there. And it's a 20-foot radius sphere from the emanating point.
I'll say 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, so 10
That-
feet in either direction. It should get,
yeah,
I should
that
get
can-
all three of them.
Yeah, it can get all three of them. It's going to start at the highest health first.
Yes, so
Wait.
we should do highest health first. I'm going to roll 5d8s.
Okay.
Oh,
Here we go. That's not bad. Okay, 10, 16, 22,
Ooh, wow.
29.
29.
Yes.
So. Sorry, I need to do the maths.
29.
All three of them fall asleep.
Sweet.
All three of them knocked out.
Oh,
I'm gonna celebrate
Um,
quietly.
Uh, nice job, man.
they are asleep
Um,
for 60 seconds.
Yeah, that gives you a little bit of breathing room. Jordan, it's your turn. What are you up to? You can actually leave this zone if you'd like to, because they are asleep. They were not provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go over. Can I reach Amon? I can
let
move
me-
30 feet and
me-
use an action.
You can't move 30 feet. It is difficult terrain. You can move to
Okay.
about here. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Then, I'm gonna re-enhance myself for tree.
3 health. All right, you do that. That's a bonus action, correct?
No, I think that's an action. As an action, you can touch a creature and draw power from the pool to restore points.
All right. I believe that is the end of your turn
Yeah.
then.
Yep.
All right. They're all asleep, so they're not getting up anytime soon. Nick, what are you doing?
So, yeah, I'm gonna walk over to the boar closest to me
Mhm.
and try to murder the shit out of him. I'm gonna slash with my big ol' sword.
All right, use your big old sword.
Do you
Yeah.
get like advantages for people sleeping?
He's unconscious, so a melee attack I should be believed is an advantage, I think.
So what does that
Yep.
mean?
You get to roll twice and take the highest one for
Okay,
your d20.
I rolled a 19. Which
Roll a 19 on the cursed one. That's a crit.
Yep.
The way that we interpret crits here is you get to add 1 full die of damage, or like your attack die, and then you roll again. So you add 2d6 if you're using your greatsword. You're using a greatsword, correct?
Yep.
So you're rolling. You add 2d6. That's 12 damage. Then roll again for 2d6.
So it's full. It's already the
Yep.
full. Okay, so
You
12
take a
damage,
full one, and then you add. And you roll again.
and then another 5 plus 1. So
Plus 2.
plus 2. Sorry.
No. Plus 1, plus 2. So that's plus 3. So
Okay, so
because you get the.
well, I did like 21 damage.
Yeah, you did 21 damage. Tell me how this thing dies.
Well, you see, when you cut things in half, cleanly, they just split in two. So the spore is just gonna like fall apart this way. If it's actually meat, it's not like dust, right?
It does for a brief moment, and then it dissipates.
Awesome.
It snapped right in front of us.
Ew.
Yeah, nice.
And I get health back based on my level and
Warlock level plus your charisma mod. So that's going to be
4.
Yep, you get 4 health back.
Nice.
10.
Quick note: attacks against creatures that are unconscious are auto crits if the attack is within 5 feet.
Oh, never
That
mind
was
then.
critting
So
no matter what.
that was going to crit no matter what. Oh
Just have
god.
him crit everybody.
Only if you
Yeah.
are within. It's specifically crits if you're like doing what he did, standing over it and just stabbing it.
Just chunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ox, what are you doing?
Okay. So let's see.
Are you
where-
going to risk the wrath for those big
Nope.
numbers?
Don't wake him up.
I don't think you're going to be able to. You can't get that close.
So
Just let-
I can't use I can't.
No, you can get closer to attack. You can't get closer enough to do it
To do
at melee range. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will approach the second floor.
Okay.
And get as close as I can, I guess.
You were here, I think. Okay.
And
One health.
Wow, that is so much shorter than I thought it was.
am I? Oh my gosh.
You are at 1 health.
Take 8 damage there.
Go next to me.
I'm next to you.
Mhm.
But you have to do that on your turn, right? Okay, so do
Attack that boar, then I can't cut him in half.
There was still a bear problem.
They're sleep for 60 seconds. I think each round is 6 seconds or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they're asleep for a while.
I think I'm just gonna stand here.
Okay. Are you gonna not attack?
Nope.
Okay. Alex, what are you up to? What
Alright.
mood are you doing?
We have about 60 seconds before then I'm going to wake up. A little less than that now. I'm saying that out loud while I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm out of spell slots. Okay. The other boy's been wounded a little bit, right? We've hit it a couple once or twice.
Yep.
Okay.
Bear
I am
sounds.
going to 5, 10, 15. I should be able to make it to the boar, I think. At half speed still. So let's do that. Let's walk up the 15 feet up to the boar.
So you're like right below the bear.
Oh, here we go. That's why I can't pick. Yeah, right there. I'm like, why the hell? And I'm going to crouch down carefully, putting my hand on the boar, and channel more energy through my arm and cast Shocking Grasp.
Oh,
Try
melee
to
range.
electrocute this boy. Yes.
All right, roll damage.
Okay. It is a spell attack.
You can crit on
So-
spells.
I can crit. Well, it's
Yeah,
an
you
auto
absolutely-
crit if he's unconscious.
You can crit on spells. If anyone
So-
thinks otherwise, they're wrong. You can crit
Well,
on a
it's
spell.
it's a 17 plus 5 to hit, so well, I'll do advantage in case it's nat 20. It's not.
Yep.
So 1d8.
So
So 8, and then plus the
8
extra
plus
roll,
1d8. Yep.
5. So
5. So you roll
13 total damage.
on the boar.
Yes.
You kind of just like shock therapy this thing as it just electricity crackles through it and just it just dissipates before your eyes.
Thank God.
Oh my god.
Is that that's the end of your round, correct?
Yes. Be careful with the bear.
The ground starts to rumble yet again as it seems that the earth is shifting more and more violently. Large sections are kind of chunking up and making it difficult to walk around. This entire section is gone. This entire section is gone, and this entire section is gone.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
Whoa.
my gosh.
Push the bear into.
This is intense.
There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not good.
As parts of the tavern seem to kind of crack and crumble away.
Oh, crazy.
You're not sure if people are okay, as it seems more and more of the damage is starting to crack through the area.
Oh my gosh. What is going on?
It is the beginning of the round again. Jordan, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Alright, great. You should kill the bear, then let's get out of here. I'm gonna lay hands for 2 health. Or 2 health.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm at 3.
Yeah. And, oh, being in between these 2 black.
Sensual.
So I'm like,
You can move your way around stuff, or you can move your way around stuff if you'd like.
okay.
Yeah, you can get here if you'd like.
Can I push the bear in the pit?
I go to the right.
You'd have to get behind it, and you'd have to make a strength score. Maybe you can maybe try if you can get close enough.
I'll move 2 to the right and then I'm done.
2 to the right. You're not attacking.
No, I did the lay on hands. I think is an
Oh
action.
yeah. That's an action.
I'm just gonna tell.
Can you do that more than once a round, or more than once a short rest?
Yeah, so Yeah, my pool is 5 hit points.
Oh, okay.
I just
Oh, so you only used 2
I'll
earlier?
use 3 on me and then 2 on Ox.
Okay, cool. That works. It is Nick's turn. What are you doing?
Okay. Man, I kind of want to just cut this bear in half.
Yeah, cut it in half.
But I also
If you
kind
want
of
to strike through.
push him down the pit.
Maybe you look scared by hitting its butt and then it goes into the pit.
I'm gonna walk behind it, so travel the 3 squares of 15 feet. Stand right in its butt.
Okay.
Wait, do the one right. Is that the butt? Is it this one?
I mean, you
Where's
can't
the
get
button?
you can't get that far.
I was here, right? Or I was here.
You're here. I can do the movement to be.
2, 3.
It's 15.
Yeah, you can get there actually. Never mind. Sorry
Yeah,
about
I want to be right there.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna use my big ol' sword.
Okay.
To attack this guy.
You raise your mighty rusted greatsword
Mighty-
Shield my face.
above your head, and you strike it down upon your foe. Roll for damage with crit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. You guys, hopefully he doesn't have more than
Oh,
15 health or whatever. I got 12.
You got 12 damage total.
yes.
Plus,
So you,
Excellent.
So it's 24.
Plus the ones.
you
plus the ones, right? Yeah.
the ground kind of shifts beneath your feet as you strike. You do manage to hit his shoulder, but you kind of just slice off a section, which turns to black smoke immediately. But he's still around. He still has not dissipated entirely as he kind of rumbles from his sleep, ready to strike once again.
What?
Uh,
20. I did how much damage?
you
20.
did 12 just now.
No, plus
But the original D6 are maxed out.
Oh, I thought you said
Those
that
are
was
24?
Oh,
I
sorry.
did 12 plus 12.
I missed that. That's insanely higher than I thought you did. Oh, he's dead. He's super
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
You said 12.
like,
I was like,
fuck.
all right.
Sorry.
That's what he rolls.
I didn't even think. He somehow rolled zeros.
I rolled
Okay. Yeah.
man.
So yeah, the ground cracks underneath him as you kind of see him burst, and the earth kind of cracks and crumbles underneath him and just falls into a pit of nothingness.
way more satisfying.
As the violence finally ended, combat is over.
Still.
And you look around you, and
Actually-
the ground rumbles one last time briefly, and then stops. Seems that it's over. The worst of it, at least. As you look around you and you see what remains of Falkner, it's gone. It's almost entirely destroyed. You can see people being helped along, people being picked up from like broken buildings and things like that. But it seems that you guys helped stop what appeared to be just like a small rush of animals from causing even further damage and harm to people. The man who helped you sign contracts earlier rushes up to you and he says, "How are you guys? Are you guys okay? We've been fighting fires all around the town. Can you come and help us
Is
fight these
everyone
fires?"
safe?
Yeah, we're rounding up people. We're helping people get out of buildings. We need hands. We need people to help us out.
You help with the
as-
fighters. Who is the first person we should report to with information on these creatures? This needs to be reported to someone immediately. I will go.
We'll take you back to Somnus with us when we're doing the academy stuff. We'll get you to someone who can talk to you about this. But this is a little catastrophic, and
Fine.
I have to go do stuff. You can do whatever you want, but I need to go. And he just runs off to start helping people and like dealing with fires and things and like
I
just
am
trying
not
to keep.
capable of dealing with fire. Everyone else, if you're capable, you should go. I will tend to children and other small citizens.
Okay.
Um,
Gavin!
I'm gonna run over to the tavern to make sure there's nobody inside. Okay.
Nick, you run into the tavern and you see the. Does anyone follow him?
I'll follow. I won't go in, but I will follow.
You see Gavin trying to help Kelga get out from underneath some logs of wood that have fallen on top of her, and he's like trying his hardest. You see tears pouring down his face. He's trying everything in his might to get this wood off this woman, just trying to get her. He's like, please. he's calling for help. He's asking for help, begging for someone to just help him out here.
could-
What do you guys do?
Is can I check to see if it's gonna the building's gonna collapse if
Nick, you see a small chandelier start to like loosen from its socket and it's falling towards his head.
Okay. I'm gonna run in there and try to save him.
Okay, what are you doing?
So he's gonna. I'm gonna tackle him out of the way of
Okay.
the falling chandelier. And
I
then-
need you to roll acrobatics and then strength.
Okay.
You can roll athletics if you'd like, but just a strength save.
Okay.
I would also like to like just take hold of the person who's trapped, and like if it gets lifted, I want to be able to help like pull them out from
Okay.
under. But I won't be doing any lifting.
You said acrobatics and strength?
Yeah.
Okay. So my first throw is 14
Mhm.
for acrobatics,
Mhm.
and my strength is 5 and 3, so 8.
Okay. You managed to get him. You just barely managed to get him out of the way. As the chandelier cracks and like shards do like land on him and do some like he gets in scratches as like the glass kind of like bursts on him. Thankfully, Kelga doesn't seem to be hit by it. Your body's seeming to block it from hurting her, and some of it does crash on your armor,
Great.
and fall into the crack. So you take like 2 damage as it kind of like pierces you underneath. Alex, Madrid tries as she might, cannot just simply pull this woman out. She's firmly
I'm-
stuck.
I'm waiting until if he gets it lifted up to
Yeah.
the point where they're free, I will pull. But
Mhm.
Is there a strong pole nearby or a large log that I can use as leverage nearby?
You can see one of the benches nearby has been broken into shards of wood. You could maybe use that to try to give yourself some leverage.
Is my sword going to do a better job?
You can try using your sword, absolutely.
I'm going to use my sword as sort of a leverage point and kind of like try to lift the log off of Kelga. And while Mudri, you should pull.
yes,
Mhm.
I'm prepared.
Roll Dex, Alex, and roll Strength, Nick.
Check.
Yep.
Fuck. 4.
Strength 13.
Do you have inspiration, Alex?
No.
I thought I gave you one.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Oh.
Pretend you did if you want.
A second. You managed to get her out of the way, but you don't necessarily pull her cleanly. She does take some damage from like scraping along the ground as you try to get her
Fair
out.
enough.
She does give a yelp of pain, but you guys managed to get the logs off her.
You'll be
Uh,
okay. You'll be okay.
Ox, Jordan, what do Cobord and Emma do in this chaos?
We should run after Gavin.
I don't think we know Gavin's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran inside. You didn't see what went on in
Oh,
there, but
okay.
you do see things going on outside. People are in a panic.
Did Gavin run out or is he still lying on the ground?
He's with you. He's collapsed. Like he used every bit of energy in his body to like try to get that log off her. It seems that he kept some of the weight off of her, but not enough to like get her out.
We should go into one of these buildings, like these
Okay.
two right here.
Yeah. Those are the shop stalls, aren't
Yeah,
they?
maybe there's something there. We could steal some stuff.
Whoa, Cobord.
So what are you guys doing?
I
We're
guess we'll
looking
just.
to like help people in one of the buildings. I don't know because you mentioned that the stalls are empty, right?
Yeah, the stalls are empty. There's some
Oh,
fires going around in the nearby area that you could maybe try to get to. You do see a well nearby that doesn't seem to have been totally destroyed.
Yeah, we can help with the fires.
So yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Can you guys roll just deck saves for me? Jordan, you can roll athletics because I imagine you can use just like lifting power.
I don't want to use athletics.
Okay, you can roll basic strength.
Okay.
2.
15.
15, and you rolled a what?
2.
You kind of stumble around in the earth trying to get to the well, but things start to crack and shift around you. It's not like the ground is rumbling again, but it is kind of unsettled, and you find some like particularly dangerous spots. It does somehow manage to help show that someone did fall through the cracks, giving you like the access to see someone who did fall. So you can spend time trying to help pull them out. Jordan, Cobort does manage to get to the well and
Yeah.
get a bucket of water to try to help put out one of the fires.
Okay, so and Ama fell through a crack. Did I understand
No.
correctly?
No,
She-
we found that someone has fallen
Oh,
through the crack. I'm gonna try and help them
Okay.
out.
The ensuing rescue efforts take a couple of hours. as you guys go from house to house, trying to help people, trying to get survivors rounded up. Thankfully, it seems that the damage was minimal in terms of people getting hurt, and there was no lost lives, thankfully. But whatever event this was massive. This was not something anyone expected to see. As the night kind of comes, and everyone is kind of settling into like makeshift tents that Somnus guards are kind of getting set up and trying to like fix and mend things and make things working for people. They kind of let you know, like, well, you did sign the contract, so it is good that you will be coming with us anyway. And we do want to talk to you, but even if there was any reason for you to want to stay in Falconer, we couldn't suggest it. We're going to be sending some people here from the engineering corps to like deal with some of the damage and try to get things set back up again. Yeah, we're not.
Do you believe that this event had something to do with the animals? I mean, it's too correlated.
I have no idea. You might have to ask someone in research.
There was something dark about them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those guys are
Those are no normal creatures.
Yeah. You can come with us on the cart back to Somnus. Thankfully, it has not been destroyed, and it's a short journey, and we take a small boat over, but it shouldn't be nearly this traumatic. As your time in Falconer ends, and your legacy known as the Heroes of Falconer begins. Guys, thank you for playing session 1. A surge of magical power surges through all of you as you make your way across the land towards Somnus. Something weird and strange is starting to bubble up within you, some new energy that you're not familiar with. All of you level up to level 3 miraculously. It almost seems like overnight you wake up with a new sense of power and agency.
Level 3.
Nick, in the night, you find yourself awaking from a slumber as a rattling in your armor procures something. A small crystal, almost clear in its entire shape, with a small swirling black and purple cloud within it. Not large, but seeming to travel along it, snaking through it in weird randomized patterns. In Mudry, you hear a strange ticking sound, as in your back pocket you find a small pocket watch. This has been session 1. Join us again in 2 weeks as we play session 2 of Take Initiative's Dungeons & Dragons: The Second Spring of Somnus.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining me.
I feel like
That was awesome, dude.
That was fun.
bad omen of us signing that, and then like that whole town exploded.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
think
good
so.
We didn't
too.
appreciate that one.
Yeah, like on the moment of.
Makes me very